Morgan Strand-Larsen. talkSPORT's Alex Crook gives us a breakdown of the numbers.
I'm told that offer, when it does come in, will be £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. So a £50 million deal for a player I know that Simon Jordan doesn't rate particularly highly.
This, as we understand, Palace are holding firm on their £40 million valuation of Jean-Philippe Mateta. Forest is said to have tabled a bid of around £35 million, plus Palace have an agreement in place with Villa over a loan for Evan Gerrand. That's set to have a £26 million buy option. Elsewhere, Nuno says West Ham are working on signing another 2 or 3 players before Monday's deadline. With that deadline fast approaching, get all the latest on talksport.com. And ahead of the T20 World Cup, we asked England's Phil Salt, who's a lifelong Man City fan, if the tournament is his FA Cup.
I suppose so. I'm not sitting here and putting that expectation on it, putting anything on it that shouldn't be there. But I am. Once we finish this series and hopefully get a good result here, it is something to really, really look forward to. Yeah.
There's more at talksport.com.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT. Yes, it's me, Andy Goldstein, and alongside me for the journey to that. What a journey, by the way. It's the legend that is Darren Bent.
It's Darren here, by the way, Darren Bent.
Easy.
Another quiet day in the office.
Yeah, well, 50,000 people here. Never seen that before.
Why are you here? What you only work in the evening. What, you left 4 years ago? Right, Digo, we've got a show for you today. We'll look back on a very busy and crazy night of the Champions League, which saw 5 of the 6 English sides finish in the top 8. Off the back of that, we'll also discuss Liam Rossini's very impressive start at Chelsea with 5 wins from 6, and we'll also build up to all of tonight's Europa League action on talkSPORT with Kevin Atchard in Drive Worldwide. Oh yeah, nearly forgot. From 4:30, we'll be joined in the studio by this pop superstar.
16 UK number 1. I don't wanna rock DJ.
Let's take it from the top, shall we?
If I hadn't winked, I wouldn't be here.
Who would win in a fight between E17 and Take That?
I'm not a good dancer. I'm not the best looking. If this chimp can do it, then you can too.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Robbie Williams. So come on, help me entertain you.
You heard it here on talkSPORT.
Yeah, it's today. It's the one from 4:30. In less than 30 minutes, we'll be joined live in the studio for an hour by the man with the most #1 albums in UK chart history, the best-selling British solo artist of all time, pop icon, pop superstar, soon to be Sir Robbie Williams will be with us in the studio. How excited are you?
Yeah, man, of course. Legend.
It's going to be fantastic. So, good afternoon, everyone. Just to let you into our day. So we came in at normal time too. We had our little meeting, and then of course we came into our studio, and they've been setting up because Rob's going to play 3 songs for us this afternoon. We came in, he was rehearsing, and it was just mind blowing because you're going to hear 3 well-known songs, obviously, but you're going to hear it in a completely new way that you've never heard it before because it's just Robbie, someone playing what's that called? Keyboard.
Keyboard, yeah.
And the thing over there, which is called a guitar.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Don't forget the instrument at the back.
Oh yeah, what is that? I could play that.
Is that maracas?
I could easily play
tambourine.
Mate, is it tambourine? Yeah. And the thing above it, I don't know if it looks like 2 kilo weights.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some kind of noise in them. I could play that.
Yeah.
So we've got Robbie join us in the studio for an hour.
This floor's nuts.
Yes. Everyone out. Understandably, he's a pop superstar,
nuts.
Right? I'm very used to being with him. You're sort of used to it as well, right?
Used to be, yeah. No,
but you are. You've met him a few times.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I totally get it. I totally get it. The whole building's going absolutely nuts. But yeah, so it's going to be one of those shows you do not want to miss. But that's coming up a bit later on. All right, Robbie Williams joined us at 4:30, so stick around for that. But we're going to start our show with football chat, looking back at yesterday, and Chelsea secured their place in the top 8 of the Champions League with a 3-2 win away at Napoli. What a win that was, by the way. It means Liam Rossini has won 5 of his 6 games in charge. He spoke to the media after the game and he discussed his start to life at the club.
Football is not about me. I give the credit to the players. I said when I came in, they lost a manager that they really respected. For reasons that are beyond my control or knowledge. So when you go through that as a young group, to come back and then to accept a new manager the way they have done, and for them to work as hard as they have done for me is a credit to them. It's not about me or my ego or trying to prove anything. I'll try and do the very best I can with my group, with my staff, and hopefully we can have more really good nights like this.
I have to say, it was an unbelievable result.
Yeah.
You and I both picked scores last night. I think I picked Napoli, you didn't, but I picked Napoli to win the game. You still got your little sheet.
Yeah, because I wanted
Little
to check
cheat sheet.
Do you know what? And
You got one wrong there, didn't you?
no, one.
Oh.
So I said Arsenal would beat, which they did, 3-2, but I said 4-0 on here.
Okay, so but you got the result right.
Yeah, no. I said Arsenal would win 4-0, weren't it? It was 3-2.
I know, but they won.
Yeah, so 1
You got
point for that.
right, yeah.
I said Real Madrid would beat Benfica. They
Oh, wow, you
didn't.
got that massively wrong.
Paphos versus Slavia
Oh,
Prague.
you're the one we didn't know.
Hey, Paphos beat Slavia Prague 4-1 or
What did you
4-0.
have? What did you have?
2-0 Slavia Prague.
You got that 100%. Oh, now I got one.
Yes,
I think I picked Spurs to lose.
Mm.
And I think I picked Chelsea to lose, so I'm not going to get any. But, I mean, yeah, we have to give him credit, right? That was the first time since December 2024 Napoli had lost at home. That's some result for Chelsea.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I watched Arsenal. I kind of went flirted with Arsenal a little bit, but I was watching, obviously, some of the other games that meant something, but mainly I was watching Arsenal. But some of the goals Chelsea scored, I mean, João Pedro's first goal.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, when I watched it, right, and he hit it, I'm thinking to myself, you're not going to hit it with it. It's on his weaker foot. I'm going, he's not going to hit that. He can't hit that. He's all off balance.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was watching The Thing on BT Sport where they sit in a studio and whenever there's a goal...
That's good, that, isn't it?
It's great. That's
like goal show.
That's how football should be, right?
Yes.
And so when they go to a game, you know there's going to be a goal.
Yeah.
And then they went, let's go to Napoli, Chelsea. And then Chelsea have got the ball. And I thought, how's he going to score from here then?
Yeah. He's all off
they've-
balance.
They've got that wrong.
Bang.
And whack.
Honestly, the way he's dribbling with the ball, and the ball keeps going away, he's trying to get after it, and then he just swivels his foot on it. But I don't even like his second goal as well. The little touch and then between the defenders.
Does he lead the line for Brazil at the moment?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I mean,
He should do if he can hit a ball like that.
off the top of my head, they've got Esteval's Brazilian. So Charleston, him. There's someone else we're missing in the centre forward. But, I mean, great goal. But the only thing is he's been too inconsistent for Chelsea. That's the problem you've got. But those 2 goals last night were brilliant. Obviously, Enzo Fernandez with the penalty. Rasmus with a nice finish by your boys as well.
Yeah.
But no, for Liam Rossini, I'm so happy for him. Like, so happy for him because you know, I've spoke about it before. People, even Chelsea fans, killing him, saying he shouldn't have the job. And I understand their concerns because he wasn't a well-known, established manager. He's under the Blue Co kind of corporation, so they're like, he's just a yes man. But fair play, you start and you get the results that he's been getting. You can't say anything.
I think it's fair to say he perhaps didn't get his starting lineup right to begin with, but you've got to give him credit for making changes at the right time, right?
Well, that's the thing.
What were you doing there?
No, because everything was going crazy on my screen.
Oh, I saw that. I thought texts were coming in. I thought everyone was agreeing with you.
Yeah, you're right. But that shows you the level of manager that he's at because he identified straight away that there was something wrong and he went, you know what, let's just change it up. And it worked. So those are the kind of decisions you live and die by. Because if he hadn't changed it and then it got beat, people would have come for him.
Yeah.
But the fact that he acted swiftly and it made the difference, fair play.
Yeah. How much have Chelsea improved since he got there?
Yeah, they've been good. I mean, you look at the fixtures and some people have said, yeah, maybe the fixtures were a little bit kind to them, but I don't really care. Honestly, I don't care because I thought they beat Charlton, which they should do, right? They got beat by Arsenal 3-2 at home, but the game was closer than... Maybe
When's that return?
Tuesday, I think. Next Tuesday, right?
Do you know what? I would have said, as he got the job, I would have said certainties go through. The way he's got them playing now.
Yeah, then they beat Brentford. Good result.
Yeah.
I think it was Paphos they played as well, 1-0. But again, that scoreline could have been more. The Paphos goalkeeper was outstanding. You beat Palace, you beat Napoli. I mean, all he can keep doing is getting results.
Yeah.
And then let outside noise make up all the
I sort of
rackets.
feel he's got to do doubly as good. Because if he just did okay, people would still go for him. The fact he's literally got to silence everyone, which is what he's doing now.
If he just keeps winning games and keeps getting results, no one can say anything.
Yeah. Chelsea fans will take your calls on that. I know a lot of Chelsea fans aren't necessarily convinced with Liam Rossini. So have you changed your mind? What have you seen so far? No. And can you win the Champions League? 0371722.
There'll be Chelsea fans out there that will never ever admit that because they are so desperate to be proved right.
Yeah.
that they'll just keep going to the very end.
I know, but the longer that carries on with him winning, the more people will be convinced that he's the right man.
Listen,
you would hope so.
I think he's the right man.
Yeah. Quick word about a few other clubs as well. I have to say, Spurs, not just winning, but Spurs finishing fourth. That's gone under the radar. That is that might be the best achievement out of all the English. I know you topped it and didn't lose.
Yeah, won every game. Yeah, that's incredible.
I know. I expect you to qualify.
Yeah, but not win every game. When you play Atletico, Bayern.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll give you that. But I think Spurs finishing fourth, bearing in mind how bad their league form has been, that is an unbelievable achievement by Tottenham.
You know, it's incredible. But honestly, it's like we are back at the last year syndrome because they were really good in Europe, terrible in the league, and Ange lost his job even after winning it. So what happens now? If they continue to float around 14th in the Premier League, and as you said, they get to the last stages of the Champions League, say they got semi-finals, didn't win it, semi-finals, then what happens?
I don't know. I don't know if that's an improvement. I don't know if getting to the last four of a major comp is an improvement. Like silverware that year, no silverware this year, which is better. But we got to the semi-final. I don't know.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I just don't think you can beat. If you win a trophy, that takes some beating.
Yeah. Newcastle, the only side not to qualify automatically.
Yeah, I watched that. That's the game I actually had most of my eyes on.
Yeah, most of your eyes. Yeah. How many eyes did you have on it?
One, and the other one was on the Arsenal. So I was kind of watching.
So not even most, really. 50%, right?
Now, fair play to Newcastle because they were getting battered at the start of that game, and then when Nick Pope saved the penalty, I went, oh, okay. But then Vitinha scored a lovely goal. I mean, he goes under the radar. He does. In terms
Do you
of
think so?
Yeah, about how good he is.
Okay.
So good. But fair play, Willock at the end with the little header, second half. And towards the end of the match, Newcastle should have won it.
Yeah, I know.
They were breaking forward at will. They missed chances. I'm thinking, come on.
That was the problem.
Yeah, missing chances, but fair play to Newcastle.
I think that's been Newcastle's problem this season. They haven't had an out-and-out goal scorer, right?
Well, they've got two. Watermala's not an out-and-out. He's just a good football player, but Visser is an out-and-out goal scorer.
I know, but they've had problems with that position.
Yeah.
When players have been injured, they've not fulfilled it. They've had Anthony Gordon playing down the mid as well.
Harvey Barnes at the end hits the post.
Yeah.
Because
you've got to take these chances.
You have got to take these chances.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, I may have mentioned it, I'm not sure, but we've got Robbie Williams joining us in the studio in 18 minutes' time for an hour. But between then and now, we will take your calls on all things Champions League football. I'd love to hear from Chelsea fans about the manager, Liam Rossini. Has it changed their mind? And can Spurs win the Champions League? Can they win it? I asked you this
I don't think they will, but they're in it, so why not?
Yeah. All English clubs can win it?
Yeah.
They can all win.
They're all in the mix.
I know they're factually there, but they've all got a chance.
Well, I don't think...
Ties go their way.
Do you know what it is?
Draw opens up.
Not even so much that. I just don't think there's anything to really fear now in terms of European... There are good teams, don't get me wrong, but PSG, when they got towards the knockout stages last season, I thought, oh my goodness, no one's beating them. You can't beat them.
They were chalk and cheese, weren't
right? There's no one who's been that good yet to that level. So at the minute, it's wide open.
Okay. 03717223344. You can come and have your say in the next 17 minutes because from 4:30 live in the studio for an hour, we'll be joined by pop superstar Robbie Williams.
I think if it was the other way around, Simon, and Thomas Frank and Tottenham were struggling in Europe, but doing really well in the Premier League, no one would say boo.
No, they wouldn't, because they will look at the Champions League and say, well, it's the elite of Europe.
Right.
And it comes, despite the fact that when we look at it and we distill it, there's a lot of crap teams in that Champions League format, and there's a lot of opportunities to be successful in it. I mean, even Celtic nearly qualified last year through the Champions League format. That's how low it is in terms of quality, in terms of on the European stage. So, but it comes with a packaging. It's like everything in life. If you subscribe to a view, if you've decided in your mind's eye, and the media have decided and the public have decided that this Champions League is a marvellous tournament, it's littered with absolute superstars teams. So when you actually get knocked out of it, if you're not one of those teams that are winning leagues, people say, well, you had a good tilt, but here's the Champions League.
Yeah.
But when you actually look at it and go, well, actually, let's have a look at it, actually. Some of these teams in it ain't that good.
And is that why Tottenham Hotspur are thriving at the moment?
Because the narrative...
Because of the level of opponent.
It's because of the... I don't know about that argument. You can make the argument that it's because of the style of play. You can also make the argument that in 8 games, there might be some lesser opposition. You can make a whole raft of arguments. You take the success. My point was, to go to your question, was why is it packaged in such a way that it could be perceived to be success by qualifying for a knockout competition, and yet not being successful in the league gets you some form of pass? It's because of what people's perception of it is. People take an initial view, and I said it yesterday, for me, went into the dressing room once against Grimsby in my 4th game of ownership at Crystal Palace. 500 games later, never having gone in again, it still gets cited out that this was the sort of attitude I had towards players and the manager I went in the dressing room. So if people believe that the Champions League, because it's been seeded in their mind, is such a wonderful tournament, nothing will shift them from the narrative that actually, when their team plays in this rather pedestrian tournament in terms of average sides and gets knocked out, that actually, well, you know, it is the Champions League.
Champions League still equals elite.
Come on, hold my hand. I wanna contact the living.
Sharp and talkSPORT.
Not sure I understand.
Me, Andy Goldstein. And still to come, we'll be joined in the studio for an hour by this fella, Robbie Williams.
Do you want to give me an intro and you with me?
I said Darren Bent, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
I was all about you. There you go, the real Darren Bent.
Andy Goldstein.
I meant him on the biggest day of drive time. It's got to be.
I got your name in there, didn't you?
Andy Goldstein and Robbie Williams on today's drive time. Just quickly, you told me this, I think downstairs, we were on floor 14. Palace have signed a deal with, in principle, worth around £50 million to sign
Strand Larsen.
What do you make of that?
And also, they've got a deal in principle to take Gussan from Villa on loan. So Mateta must be off.
Yeah, it has to be going, right?
Yeah, it must be. Where? It can't be Forest.
50 million. What, is that a lot? Is that...
Yeah, it is. Because last season I was like, okay, but this season he's been so bad for Wolves that, I mean, I do like him, but this season he hasn't been good enough. But, I mean, where's Mateta going? It can't be Forest.
I know.
No disrespect to Forest, but if you're leaving Palace...
I mean, they're favourites at the moment, right? They've been talking to him.
Yeah, it's mad, that.
Very bizarre. In tennis, you'll like this if you don't know, Serena Williams has refused to rule out returning to the sport. Legend. After retiring in 2022. She is, of course, a legend.
Let it go.
Let it go. What are you hoping to achieve? If you retired because you weren't good enough in 2022?
Well, she's won 23 Grand Slams, right? This is
the most ever, right?
No, Margaret Court's got 24.
Who?
I think Margaret Court, is it?
Court, her surname's Court, and she was a tennis player.
Is it Court?
No, you've made that up. That can't be real.
Hold on, we've got Thomas and the buttons now. No, seriously, I think her name's Margaret Court.
No, you've made that up.
I'm telling you now, I think I'm close, right?
Well, maybe Margaret's right.
And for the longest time, Serena was chasing this one more to equal it, and no.
She didn't get it.
23, she's stuck on 23.
That's why she's come back.
By the way, that's singles. If you talk about her and her sister as well, double, oh my goodness, Grand Slam's crazy.
I don't know if you got Margaret Court right.
Shall I have a look now?
Hold on, I think you're thinking of Margaret Serve. I think that's who it is.
Margaret out.
What about Claire Doublefault?
Honestly.
I think.
Yeah, honestly.
While Bentley Googles that, it's time now for this.
Objection! Sustained. I sentence you to a lifetime of supporting United. Football Court is now in session with Judge Paddy on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Margaret Court.
How are you spelling it?
Court. Court.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done. 5 points to you.
Thank you.
Right, time now for Order in the Court to welcome Alex Fitzgibbon from our friends at Paddy Power for this week's Judge Paddy, who's here to rule on a topic that Benny and I are going to debate. Alex?
Hey, fellas. How are you keeping?
Well, good, man. How are you? Are you in a good mood?
Yeah, in a great mood.
Yeah. Why don't you tell your face that? Tell your face.
Honestly, you
You
two.
already are.
It's lovely to see you on our screens. I just hope people have got filters on at home on their tellies. Right, what are we talking about
You
this?
want to chill out. I'll have to come over and talk sport. Sorry, out myself at some
Oh,
stage.
Alex, I'd love that.
Let me just say now, that's a threat.
I'd
All right?
love that.
All right, we can all talk it. One London Bridge Road, if you want to pop over. All right? I'm joking, don't come over. Right, what are we talking about this week, Your Honour?
So this week we're going with the Champions League format. Do we love it or do we hate it?
Okay, we had a little chat about this on yesterday's show. Bent and I have got 45 seconds each to make our cases, present our evidence. Alex, you're going to judge us on our knowledge, stats, delivery, and stuff that we make up that you're unaware of. Who would you like to go first here?
I went first last time, but okay.
Well, let the judge decide.
Yeah, we'll let Andy go first. Sure.
Okay, Benty? Benty, yeah?
Nathan Andy.
Okay. My 45 seconds on whether or not I like the new format of the Champions League begins now.
Court is now in session, and it's already wildly unprofessional.
No, I don't, is the quick and easy answer. I don't like it because, well, a number of reasons. One, I think we're seeing too big games in the early stages. We've already had games like Real Madrid against Liverpool. No one really remembers that. If
I do. McAllister
you
header.
don't, yeah, I don't even know if that was right. You mentioned it on yesterday's show, but if Real Madrid play Liverpool, I want it quarter-final, semi-final, final. I want the big games to happen then. And also, you're getting so many teams in this competition now because it's been extended that I think it comes a little bit, well, it's obviously watered down, but it becomes laughable. And we've been playing, 8 weeks now? And only 12 teams have left the group stages, so it's a little bit silly. So I'll go back to the early stages of the European Cup when it was just the winners of each league, and it was 2 legs and knockout. That it sounds like about 45 minutes. There you go.
Order!
And that's why I don't like it.
Not bad.
Thank you very much.
Bad.
Thanks very much, man.
Was it really?
Well, he's the judge. I wouldn't argue with him.
Okay, all right.
You're in contempt of court. Right, your 45 seconds, DB, begins now.
All rise for the Honourable Judge Paddy.
No, I like it. I like the fact that we've got a lot of big games really, really early on in the competition. I'm sick and tired when you get to the latter stages of the group phase. It used to be dead rubbers and you get boring 0-0s. No one really going for it. But in this situation here, jostling for positions, I know it doesn't necessarily mean anything if you have to play a playoff, but I really like it. I don't really like the idea of going back to the one that Andy said about
Don't point at me.
the champions,
Arrogant.
because you're going to get the same teams coming from the same countries. You're not going to learn anything. So, although I agree with him in terms of too many teams in it now, not all these teams are champions, I like the new format because it's blockbuster games every single night. And yeah, I just really like it. I really like this format.
Keep going.
How long is this, by the
Just
way?
keep going.
Yeah,
Ad-lib.
Alex, yeah, I really, really like it. Again, I'll
You
say for
really like it, yeah?
the 4th time.
Keep going.
Now, seriously, oi, how long is this?
Order!
Just say it
Order!
once more, just so.
Yeah, that's
we don't
poor.
hear you,
That's
it.
poor, and they couldn't fill the time.
No, I liked it.
Yeah, Benty, you're miles off it. Andy, what? That's a cracker from you this week.
Cracker, is it? Okay.
Good work.
Who wins that? Who wins it, Judge? You haven't said
Just
who's
to
won it.
confirm, who's won it this week?
We'll give it to Andy this week.
Yeah. Unlucky, DB.
Benty, the wheels are falling off. Arsenal.
Oh,
falling off.
are we talking Arsenal this year? Or we... Look at what is...
Wait, we've got to dump that now. We just swore. Just, have you dumped it? Yeah, you dumped it. You're a disgrace. Do you know what? You're in contempt of court. People on the school run should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, thanks for coming on for your last ever appearance on talkSPORT. That's unbelievable.
Have a good one, lads.
That's unbelievable.
Come on, they just swear
I
on
know,
the face.
yeah. All right, it's not Paddy Power Towers. You disgrace you are. Usually I say thanks for coming on, but oh look, have we done? Has he gone? Alex, you there? He's gone.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm there.
He's there. Okay. Alex, you do me a favour and go and wash your mouth out.
Cheers, lads. Have a good one.
See you soon. You know what it is? He got caught up in the moment.
I do like Alex.
Got caught up in the moment, didn't he?
Yeah, I do like him.
I can't believe you couldn't last 45 seconds.
That's long though, isn't it?
I bet that's never been said. There you go. Thanks to Alex. Old potty mouth. There will be another debate in front of Judge Paddy next week. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Judge Paddy on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Still to come, we'll be joined in the studio by pop superstar Robbie Williams is here, everyone. I think he's freaking people out in the gallery.
Do you know what?
He's just sat there amongst.
Do you reckon... Obviously, I can ask him this question, but I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you reckon if someone keeps calling you that pop superstar, do you ever get sick of that? Because I know you would love it. If someone keeps saying Andy Goldstein broadcast superstar...
I only keep saying it because he keeps texting me saying you keep forgetting to say it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
You'd love it, you. If someone keeps saying broadcast legend, Andy, you'd love that.
Oh, I would like that. Yeah, I thought you meant pop superstar. Yeah. I wouldn't do that. It's not me.
What?
It's not my style. It's not my style. Anyway, time for No Googling this week with broadcasting legend Andy Goldstein and... What's your name? Right, only 2 players have scored at least 20 Premier League goals in 5 consecutive seasons. Do you want me to say that again? Only 2 players have scored at least 20 Premier League goals in 5 consecutive seasons.
I know it.
I think I might say Michael Owen never got to 20, did he, in one season, which is nuts. So 2 players have done it. Well, hold on. What are you writing down? No, you got that wrong.
No, one.
Well, you've got that wrong. It's not. You've written Kane down. It's not Harry Kane.
He hasn't got 20.
No. In 5 consecutive seasons.
Well, Shearer's one. I'm sorry.
No, Shearer's not one.
What?
That's it. Now stop. All right. The answer to that, and more importantly, pop super. It's bigger than the Beatles now. By the way, that's official. Robbie Williams will be with me and Bentley, broadcasting legend, live on Drive in the studio right after this.
What have we got this morning? I'm hearing that Crystal Palace are prepared to throw some money around, right?
Yeah, they've thrown money around already in this transfer window. It was a club record deal that took Brennan Johnson from Tottenham to Crystal Palace. Now it looks like they're going to smash that transfer record again. Wolves still waiting for the formal written offer, but we can report an agreement in principle between Crystal Palace and Wolverhampton Wanderers for their one-to-way striker, Jørgen Strand Larsen. I'm told that offer, when it does come in, will be £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. So a £50 million deal for a player I know that Simon Jordan doesn't rate particularly highly.
Neither do you.
£50 million player.
Right? It's called an opinion. I was prepared to pay £5 million for Adi Akinbaye. What does that say about me? If you go back 20 years and look at the comparative scale, they're probably in the sort of ballpark of money.
You're being harsh on this lad.
I think he's useless. I do, but that's just my personal opinion. If Palace don't think he is, then I'll be happy to be proven wrong. I'll be happy for him to go and make a big deal of scoring lots of goals for Palace and making me look a fool. I'll be happy to be on the receiving end of that. Listen, if they've sold Gehi, which has funded the transfer of Brennan Johnson, because they've probably got Man City to pay all up and pay for Brennan Johnson on the drip. They might do the same here. Yeah. They sell Mateta. So what? I mean, look. I'm not. Do you like him as a player, Alex?
Well, Alex, I was about to say, Alex. I mean, you work in games live for talkSPORT, and no doubt have seen Strand Larsen live on a few occasions while Simon's been trolling around Legoland. What do you see in this player?
I thought he looked a handful last season. Obviously, that prompted interest from Newcastle in the summer, but he's not been able to replicate that this season. I remember speaking to Sean Derry, actually, former Wolves coach at Arsenal. I think it was the first day of last season, and said, "What's this boy all about?" And he said, "You know what? In training, he looks the real deal. He could work."
Not everybody's won round, but with so many teams still having something to play for last night, Simon Jordan says the new look Champions League is a success.
The new format was designed to justify more money and to play more games and to incorporate more broadcast deals, and it's worked because it plays more games. I sat there last night watching the Chelsea game, flicking between other games and looking at the table moving all the time.
No less than 5 of the top 8 are English clubs, and only Newcastle will have to go through the playoffs. But is one side being overlooked after a tricky couple of results? European football expert Andy Brassel has told us we should all keep an eye on Man City.
The Champions League is not always about the best team winning it. It's about the team that rides spells of momentum the best. But I think City are really well placed to do that because they can take you apart in 10 minutes with the attacking talent they've got.
Plus, Palace have an agreement in place with Villa over a loan for Evan Gussan. That's set to have a £26 million buy option. Elsewhere, Nuno says West Ham are working on signing another 2 or 3 players before Monday's deadline. With that deadline fast approaching, get all the latest on talksport.com. And ahead of the T20 World Cup, we asked England's Phil Salt, who's a lifelong Man City fan, if the tournament is his FA Cup.
I'm not sitting here and putting that expectation on it, putting anything on it that shouldn't be there. But I am, once we finish this series and hopefully get a good result here, it is something to really, really look forward to. Yeah.
All right? We're just shouting at the band. Look at me. Shut up, you lot. Welcome back to Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent alongside. In a moment, we'll say hello to a bit of a superstar. But first, the answer to the question. Only 2 players have scored at least 20 Premier League goals in 5 consecutive seasons. Bent, you had a guess with Harry Kane. Then you went, who'd you go next?
Shearer.
You got both of them wrong.
Well, I'm going to go Thierry.
Oh, yeah. And who else are you going to go for?
Sergio.
Oh, yeah. He's written down in front of you. Well done, D. Right. The moment has come. We're joined in the studio for the next hour by this pop superstar.
16 UK #1 albums, 14 #1 singles, 18 Brit Awards.
She offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. I just wanna feel real love.
Hello, sir. Remember me?
I don't wanna rock, DJ. Let me entertain you. I just wanna be alright. Yeah.
Most #1 solo albums in UK chart history. 75 million record sales worldwide. It's time for Robbie Williams. Let Drive entertain you.
Yes, we are delighted to be joined by the best-selling British solo artist of all time, a powerhouse with a staggering 16 #1 albums, 14 #1 singles, and a record-breaking 18 Brit Awards to his name. The one and only, the incredible Robbie Williams is here.
Good afternoon, everybody. To answer your question about pop superstar Robbie Williams, did you ever get bored of it? I mean, it's great when you go to work, but it'd be weird at Gales, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like pop superstar Robbie Williams. Would
On
you
the
like,
cup.
Yeah,
On the
yeah.
cup.
And what's your name? Oh, it's pop superstar Robbie Williams. Yeah, no, I quite. It's nice at work, but and then also because I'm sensitive and insecure. It's like when I see something or a headline or whatever, A-lister Robbie Williams, and like, oh, is that where I still am? I think the sort of whatever comes before your name tells you where you are in your career.
Yeah.
So that I'm still A-listed in places, which is nice. So talking about A-listers or pop superstar, when you stop playing football. Because football gives you everything and it tells you who you are and it gives you an identity. As soon as you stopped playing, did your identity leave you? Were you worried about that and did it affect you?
Do you know what it was? There was a moment where you're almost like, what am I now?
Yeah.
I've had this conversation before because when you're playing, you're scoring goals, everyone goes, oh, anyway, he scores goals.
Yeah.
And then when it kind of stops, you do kind of find yourself going, so what am I now? But to be fair, and I have to thank talkSPORT for this, they gave me a new identity by giving me an opportunity on this station. Okay. So if I didn't have that, then I might be now scratching around thinking, what am I doing now?
Let me ask you this. So for that period of time when you stopped playing and stopped scoring goals, worked for talkSPORT, how long was that? What was the interim period?
I started coming in here while I was still playing.
Wow.
So that's
so you just flip-flopped and went straight in because I'm wondering.
Bob. We've come to talk about you.
Forget about me. We know, listen, mate, I'm on talkSPORT. This is my favourite show, and I'm auditioning for your role when you get moved to breakfast. This is me, Robbie Williams, asking about sports questions, in-depth sports questions. So, So, but do you, when you see other players, is there an ego death with some of them? Do some people spin, spiral, worry?
Yeah, there'd be quite a few, but I think a lot of it depends on, you've got to have purpose once you finish playing football. I think if there's a transition period where there's nothing in between and you think you're going to play golf, that's when people start to spiral.
But do you think that even if they get sort of like coaches' roles and stuff, they're like, do they feel I'm just a coach now?
Do you know, I don't think they do, but because there's so fewer coaching roles, I think there's so many footballers. I mean, we had Sidders come on, Steve Sidwell, before, and he spoke about imposter syndrome. Like, he doesn't know what he is. Yeah. But I mean, he's doing great in the media, by the way. He's fantastic. But there's a lot of players out there now that are still scratching around and they've been retired 3-4 years. So what are they?
Another question, like, sorry, Andy. So you're doing breakfast, I'm doing afternoons.
I still get paid exactly the same. Okay, right? It makes no difference to me.
Well, here's the thing. I've always thought that a lot of professional footballers, like 99% of their career is based around fear of losing their place, fear of being replaced, fear of not being good enough. So when you stop playing football, Did you notice the fear leave? Am I right in my summation that there was fear all the way through your career? And then did you get a new fear by your new role that you've got now?
Do you know what? When I retired, I knew I was done because I fell out of love with it. That's when I knew I was done. But there was fear when I first started presenting. Not sitting in the chair sitting now, but obviously the boot room, big show, as you well know.
Canned after one series.
Yeah. I was nervous. But when I had to start presenting like he does now, oh my goodness. The fear I used to tell you, before my show, I had to go over the other side of the building and like walk around for about 10 minutes.
Let me turn it onto you, right?
Okay.
I want to turn it onto you.
But look, everybody knows me. I've had documentaries and films. And
listen, they're going to find...
It was a boy band, then I left, and I did loads of drugs and drink, and I got sad. And then, I got all these things, but I'm not very happy. And then I fell out with Oasis, and I got beef with them, and it carries on to the day. And what else? That's about it. I've got loads of awards, and I've got 16 number one albums. We're good.
Right. Let me ask you about you, right? Because you're talking about Betty about imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Right? Now, you've just got your 16th number one album.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you pretty well, right?
Yeah.
But you've always had that sort of self-doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have it now? I mean, this album's come out, it's got to number one, and officially you've got more number one albums than the Beatles, which is obscene, right? For anyone, I mean, you talked about the greatest group possibly on the planet ever, and now you've been more successful than them. Do you still have self-doubt?
Well, what I've managed to do with my career is stretch an elastic band from Stoke-on-Trent to the moon, and then when something happens like it does at the weekend, when I get 16 number ones, the most number one albums anybody's ever had, I feel as though that band is stretched even further to Venus. And I also think that simulation theory might be a thing where actually I'm breaking the matrix and I'm in a room in a cloud with a controller bestowing incredible things to somebody that should actually be stacking shelves at Asda. That's what it feels. It feels
Why do you have that still?
Well, because, it doesn't matter now. I don't have imposter syndrome because I've got kids and mouth to feed and a wife and a lifestyle to uphold and give them a better start than I've had. So I don't even think about imposter syndrome. But let's face it. I've managed to do everything that I've done with a wink and a smile and audacity. I'm not a George Michael. I'm not a Prince. I'm not a Michael Jackson. I'm just an everyman from Stoke-on-Trent that bought a ticket to the ride, and then the ride didn't stop. And all I've done is get in a car and turn up. I've written melodies, I've written lyrics, and I've filled a spot when I get on stage. When I get on stage, these stadiums are massive. I've got to fill that spot somehow. And I fanny about. And they put my face on the posters and they still turn up. And all I've ever done is fanny about and apply myself. And that's it. So if you're talking about, do I have self-doubt? Yeah, but my self-doubt now is, am I being a good enough husband? Am I being a good enough father? It's not sort of career-wise, I've got a wonderful set of people that come and buy tickets and come to my show and shower me with love. I'm good there. Self-doubt would be doing this interview now, being on my...
Do you feel at ease now?
Kind of. I'm getting there.
What level are you at? If 10 is completely out your comfort zone, where are you at now?
I am about a 6, and the levels will go up and down during this hour. But so there will be, like on the way here, I was like, okay, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to get amped up and excited and overstimulated because you're with your mates and you're on your favourite show. What you're going to do is be calm, be statesmanlike. It's all good. We've got this. So I suppose that in a way that is being insecure and having self-doubt, but I'm a journalist and my main subject is me, and I am reporting live from the scene all of the time.
Great way of saying it. Right, listen, we've got you for an hour. I have the feeling it's going to fly by.
Yeah.
You very kindly agreed to do 3 songs for us. You're going to do one in just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Just tell us what song you're doing for us now.
I'm doing a brand new song from my album Britpop, and it's called All My Life.
Okay. I've seen you many a time in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. You're performing in front of 2
Yeah.
today. Is that good or bad for you? sat there looking at me and Bentley.
Well, here's the thing. When I do TV or when I do radio, I'm loving speaking to you and whoever I'm speaking to, I'm having a good time, but I'm constantly thinking about the people that are listening at home or watching on TV. Because, like, when I used to do Top of the Pops, I used to look down the barrel of the camera all of the time because there was 60 people in the studio, but there's 7 million people at home.
Okay.
So when I'm about to sing this now, I'll be thinking about the 26 million people listening to your show.
Not gone down. It's gone up. Okay, well, if you want to make your way to the, I've named it the performance area.
Yeah.
If you take your headphones off, that'd be cool. Robbie Williams. By the way, I should suggest that if you've got the opportunity to watch this on your smart TV or on YouTube, now is the time to turn it on. Before you start, Rob, you've got 3 members of your band here. Do you want to just introduce them?
This is Owen.
Hello. Hello, Owen.
This is Gary.
Hello there.
And this is Carl.
Okay. And this is Robbie Williams with his brand new track, All My Life, from his wonderful new #1 album, Britpop.
I'm under-rehearsed, by the way, so good luck, mate.
A wise man once said, use your delusions. I'd like to point out that man was me. My life is based on a true story, one of dreams, chaos and audacity. So go ahead and have an intervention. Try to put me in a place I don't belong. You tell me I'm addicted to the lie. Maybe you're not wrong, but all my life I've been chasing visions at the edge of my mind. If I can't be who I am, then I'd rather die. And I'm alright, even if it's just another beautiful lie. Baby, I've been crazy all night. The only thing I'd miss is misbehavior. I've made friends with knowing that I'm strange, masochistic, but I'm always entertaining. And I know I'll die, but I'll never leave the stage. So go ahead, let's have an intervention. Try to put me in a place I don't belong. You tell me I'm addicted to the lie. And maybe I'm not wrong, but all my life I've been chasing visions at the edge of my mind. My oh my. If I can't be who I am, then I'd rather die. And I'm even if it's just another beautiful lie. Baby, I've been crazy all my life. I rise like lions in the night. You need to run, but I'll stay unfired. I am the darkness and the light, the light, the light, the light. All my life I've been chasing visions at the edge of my mind. My oh my. If I can't be who I am, then I'd rather die. And I'm alright, even if it's just another beautiful lie. Baby, I've been crazy all my life.
Wowee. You're listening to Drive Live on talkSPORT. More from the superstar. It is Robbie Williams right after this.
What have we got this morning? I'm hearing that Crystal Palace are prepared to throw some money around, right?
Yeah, they've thrown money around already in this transfer window. It was a club record deal that took Brennan Johnson from Tottenham to Crystal Palace. Now it looks like they're going to smash that transfer record again. Wolves still waiting for the formal written offer, but we can report an agreement in principle between Crystal Palace and Wolverhampton Wanderers for their one-to-way striker, Jørgen Strand Larsen. I'm told that offer, when it does come in, will be £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. So a £50 million deal for a player I know that Simon Jordan doesn't rate particularly highly.
Neither do you.
£50 million player.
Right? It's called an opinion. I was prepared to pay £5 million for Adi Akinbaye. What does that say about me? If you go back 20 years and look at the comparative scale, they're probably in the sort of ballpark of money.
You're being harsh on this lad.
I think he's useless. I do, but that's just my personal opinion. If Palace don't think he is, then I'll be happy to be proven wrong. I'll be happy for him to go and make a big deal of scoring lots of goals for Palace and making me look a fool. I'll be happy to be on the receiving end of that. Listen, if they've sold Gehi, which has funded the transfer of Brennan Johnson, because they've probably got Man City to pay all up and pay for Brennan Johnson on the drip. They might do the same here. Yeah. They sell Mateta. So what? I mean, look. I'm not. Do you like him as a player, Alex?
Well, Alex, I was about to say, Alex. I mean, you work in games live for talkSPORT, and no doubt have seen Strand Larsen live on a few occasions while Simon's been trolling around Legoland. What do you see in this player?
I thought he looked a handful last season. Obviously, that prompted interest from Newcastle in the summer, but he's not been able to replicate that this season. I remember speaking to Sean Derry, actually, former Wolves coach at Arsenal. I think it was the first day of last season, and said, "What's this boy all about?" And he said, "You know what? In training, he looks the real deal. He could well be someone who scores goals regularly in the Premier League." So I'll reserve judgment. I still think they should have taken the money, Wolves, when Newcastle offered it last summer.
Well, Matt Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and of course Robbie Williams is here. Still to come, we'll have more live music from Bob. Just quickly, the Senegal manager has been banned for 5 games after the chaotic scenes during the 2025 Africa World Cup of Nations final. That was against Morocco. And Palace have agreed a deal now in principle worth around £50 million to sign Wolves striker Strand Larsen. Robbie Williams is still here. How was that for you?
That was fun.
It sounded I'm not just saying this because but it sounded mind-blowing.
Great, good. Oh, just, concerning that I hit all the notes and stuff, and I seem to have done. But I am dramatically under-rehearsed. I quite like it that way.
No, it's nice.
There's an energy of if you don't know what you're doing.
You stood up at the end there.
Yeah, because I stood up at the end there to get some notes that I wasn't sure that I was going to get the notes of.
All right.
There's some big notes to be sat down.
Well, when they told me you were singing that, I was a little bit like, oh, wow, this is going to be...
It's a big sing.
Great.
I think I managed it.
It's a great sing. I'm good, and the album's fantastic, hence it going to number 1. We'll talk music in a bit.
Yeah.
But should we talk a bit of football? Because we saw you in Washington at the World Cup draw. We're just a few months away now from the tournament. Firstly, did you enjoy your part of that World Cup draw? From our perspective, the draw itself was a little bit chaotic.
How long was it?
Very long, a bit chaotic, and it just seemed that no one really knew what was going on.
See, look, I'm incredibly honoured to be there at 51, and they're still asking me to do things like that. I think that it's very difficult to do anything like award shows in general because, and what would you call that show? Would you call it
I don't know, a warm up to the World Cup?
Yeah,
the draw.
It's
the
like
World Cup draw.
Okay, so it's like that, or it's like the Brits, or it's like the BAFTAs. You are performing to an audience of people that know the magic doesn't exist, so they're not going to play along and do audience participation.
Yeah.
The same thing with the Brits, same thing with the BAFTAs, same thing with the Oscars. So if you're going to try and do banter, it's going to fall on deaf ears. And I always feel for people that are presenting those kind of things because it's the toughest thing to present. It's not like this where you're having banter with your mates. You sat there or stood there trying to do a gag and Roberto Carlos is going, hey?
It's not going to work. You must have met some big name players behind the scenes. I saw your little chat with Rio. Obviously, he was presenting it.
Yeah.
Are you a little bit starstruck by these? Because obviously you love football, and we'll get to Soccer Aid in a moment. But you've had some big names there. Do you see someone across the hallway?
Well, I'm always flabbergasted that a lot of players are from my age range and below, people that are still playing, eyes light up when they see me like I'm seeing them. Yeah. And I'm always there was like Roberto Carlos, R9. R9 comes over to say hello to me, and it just feels it's lovely. Yeah. It's really, really lovely because you've just loved this game all your life and it's given you so much. And then when these players come over and their eyes light up, it's like the game's loving me back. That's the only way.
What was he like, R9? Because we were desperate to meet him over when we.
No, he was.
So was you.
I mean, I'll give or take. It's not.
R9 is humble, cool, calm, collected, nice guy.
Oh, I wish we'd have met him.
Don't say. Have you met Dean? Oh, of course you have. Ronaldinho with Soccer Aid, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's his idol.
Yeah. But most footballers, they get a very bad rep, especially the 90s footballers. Back in the day, I'm not so sure that it's the same now. But most footballers I meet are just humble lads from humble beginnings. Yeah. And they just, feel lucky themselves to be where they are too.
You hung out with the England squad at the World Cup, right?
Oh, mate. Yeah. I played Villagers and Wolves or Traitors. I played that game with the England.
What do you call it?
I called it Villagers and Wolves.
Okay.
Have you played the game?
I've heard that before.
No.
Okay, or Villagers or Vampire
kids, right?
or Mafia or whatever it is. And I played the game and it came down to me choosing between Saka and Kane for who was the, was the traitor, basically. And I was going to choose Kane. And I'll tell the squad now. I looked at Trent Alexander-Arnold and he just went...
He cheated.
Yeah, and I'm so glad he did because I went with Harry Kane and then the whole England squad jumped on me like we'd scored a goal and it was the best moment of my life.
Wow. How did that come about? How did you get to join up with them?
I was in Qatar doing a gig.
Yeah.
And was that through you, Carl? How did that come about?
I think somebody texted you from the club and said, from the team and said, would you come down?
Yeah.
And we went down and played some songs.
Yeah. And I made the mistake. I thought, I know what they're like. So I did Angels, I did Feel, and I said that I thought to myself, they'll really like It's Coming Home. No.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah. Just
I told Bent a stat about It's Coming Home, and I thought it would blow his mind, and he was like a bit nonchalant.
It was maths. That was it.
You know when the song was released?
Yeah.
And it was like 30 years, and it was like 30 years before that was when we won the World Cup.
Yeah.
The gap between when that song came out and now is the same gap.
I think that song is now, that's incredible.
That's nuts,
but
right?
I think that song is now an albatross around everybody's neck, including, because it winds up the other countries. I know it does because I've got friends that play international football and they just hate that song and hate us because of that song. And I think the England football team are just feeling the same way about it too.
Do you think they've got a good chance, though, in this upcoming World Cup? We've got a great squad of players. Thomas Tuchel at the helm. Have you met Tuchel, by the way?
Yeah, I have. I met him at Christmas We were in the same place in the same hotel. I met Tuchel and I met Harry Kane, and I became 12. But like Tuchel is, Tuchel.
Who went up to who?
I went straight up to them.
Yeah.
But Tuchel he's funny. He's eccentric, and there is a madness about him which is intriguing, and you like him because of it. And I think for anybody to get to the top of the top of the top, there needs to be some form of madness, and Tuchel's got that. And because of that, and because of the squad of players that we have and the talent that we have, we might just tip it over the line. But we have a psychological problem as Englishmen, as an English team. It's the psychological problem that we have to get over. It's not because of the talent. We're not short on that. It's not for what we can do. It's how we think and how we get there because of our thoughts. And that's the last thing that we have to get over. And I don't know, it's sort of it's the mentality that we have to sort out. And if we do that, we can go on a run.
Yeah, I think we're going to win it. I don't know what you think. Do you think we're going to win it or not?
No.
You don't. What do you think? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just how you feel, right? You met Thomas. You were speaking to him.
Yeah.
Does he come across quite confident when he's talking about our chances?
Confident, eccentric, very nice man.
Great.
He can do the trick for us. I don't know if we can get over the psychological barrier because history has told us we can't.
Yeah.
But, I think that let's just say, I think that when that happens, I'll think differently about me as an English person.
Yeah.
So, I'm too scared to be incredibly positive because it's hope that kills.
Yeah.
I get affected by it. So can we win? Yeah.
Stop there.
Okay.
All right. Just before we move on, we've got so much to cram in. We have to talk about Songwriting. I touched on it ever so briefly. It's been going 2006 for 20 years.
Yeah.
Did you ever believe from when the idea was hatched that 20 years later we'll be not just talking about it, but the success, the money you've raised is insane, isn't it?
I only thought it was going to happen once.
Oh, that was
genuinely. I never thought that I thought this would be a one-off thing. That was fun. We did that, and now on to other things. Here we are, 20 years later, and Soccer Aid as a phenomena is way bigger than I ever thought it would be. And I'm on YouTube a lot. I'm on here a lot, watching and listening to you, and people just mention Soccer Aid left, right, and centre like it's an institution.
It is,
and it always blows me away about what it's become. And if my career has led to anything, it's that's the most important thing.
Most surreal moment from your perspective.
My most surreal moment. I'm left back, Ben Shepherd's centre half, and I go to Sheps, Maradona, left shoulder, Maradona, Sheps. And then I just had this existential moment, like, what is my life? Can I tell you another story about Maradona? Okay, so I'm doing this gig up a ski slope, end of season in Austria, and I'm with my dad, and we're travelling down to the gondola. It's a big gig, but we'll get up there in a gondola, and my security goes, Maradona's here, and he wants to say hello to you. I'm like, Maradona in Austria? And I get out of the car and there's Maradona. And I don't speak Spanish, and but we're very happy to see each other, and we have our pictures taken together, and we go up in the gondola, and my dad's like, what's your life like, son? I go, it's amazing, isn't it? People like Maradona want to come and see me, And then 2 days later, I'm looking at the news on the Mac, and Maradona is at the Chelsea game. And that Maradona hasn't got a beard at the Chelsea game. That wasn't Maradona that I met.
Do you know who it was?
It was an imposter.
What, claiming to be Maradona?
Yeah. It was an impersonator. Yeah.
So you met the impersonator?
I met the impersonator.
Nice.
Yeah,
You got a picture with him?
Very happy to see me. Yeah.
You should have told him it wasn't you.
Wow.
It was a Robbie Williams impersonator. Talk to Robbie Williams. We've got you for another 30 minutes. You're going to sing 2 more songs as well.
Great.
We've got lots more pop chat as well. You listen to Drive live on talkSPORT. We'll see you right after this.
Kenny, big Liverpool fan. You're not King Kenny, are you, Kenny?
Well, I was nicknamed after Dalglish. I was born in the 70s.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
Me after that because,
Brilliant. What's acceptable to you then?
Well, Liverpool got to win the Champions League. They spent all this money in the transfer window. They've backed the manager, and he's not delivering. He's changing the philosophy of what Jurgen Klopp had instilled after many years of mediocre success. Jurgen Klopp came in, put the philosophy in, built the club ground up. This guy is destroying it. The more he's there, the more influence he's having. You can see the result. He won the league last year because Jurgen Klopp's philosophy was still instilled in the players. Arne Slot plays possession-based football. They're coming the most boring side in the world. It's like when Van Gaal took Man United. I was there at the Burnley game. The fans were shouting, attack, attack, attack. When Van Gaal was at Man United, the fans started shouting, attack, attack, attack. I can see the same parallel to Van Gaal at Man United and Arne Slot at Liverpool.
Kenny, Danny's here. I mean, those are strong points, aren't they?
Yeah, there's so many points. I thought Jamie Carragher's piece on Monday night regarding Liverpool was excellent. You couldn't really deviate from any of his points. The physicality of the side's not there. Mainly, a lot of the Premier League's changed a lot this season, and Liverpool aren't able to cope with it. The long throw-ins, the set plays, they've struggled like mad. Dynamism isn't the same. And ultimately, when you break it down and you look at quality of players, in Liverpool's first team last season was Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. Frimpong and Kirkez are shadows of those two players. Gakpo's playing on the left wing. He couldn't lace Diaz's boots. You know, the quality's less. The team.
Not everybody's won round, but with so many teams still having something to play.
No news. No, of course there's no news. It's Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. I'll tell you what the news is. The headline is pop legend Robbie Williams is with us in the studio. We've had him for 30 minutes. We've got him for another 4 hours. How much is that? Is that all right?
Free to you.
What's the longest interview you've done?
Don't know. I've done like podcasts that have been 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Do you like doing interviews?
Yeah. I'm a narcissist and I like talking about me.
But you must get... What I find nuts, right? What I find nuts is when everyone here knew you were coming, right? There's people in the offices that I haven't seen for 15 years. I don't even know if they still work at talkSPORT.
Yeah.
The sort of pandemonium, the excitement that you coming into building has generated is obscene, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen it. I'm lucky enough to hang around with you and I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
But it's not something that I get used to because it happens so infrequently. I'll see it once every month or once every 2 months. Do you get used to it? Is it tough for you?
Well, I'm fearful that it won't be there. You know, it's a surreal world to live in. But I'm constantly going out on the pitch and trying to prove myself so these things stay with me. Because without it, I'm getting deep. But without all of that, who am I? And I don't want to have to find out.
But you can't go to the shops, right? You can't.
Well, I can, but like I'm doing a meet and greet with the world.
Yeah.
And like I'm anxious as a person, and I do an extrovert's job for a living, but I'm an introvert. And so what people don't know is when they come up to me, they're meeting a very anxious person that's meeting a stranger, and that's a stranger meeting another stranger that they know very well. So I don't go out an awful lot. And that's completely fine. I love my life. I love what I've got, and I love my job.
But how do you deal with... So Jack, who presses our buttons, is a huge part of our show, right?
Yeah.
In our meeting yesterday, he said, Angels was the last dance at my wedding. Shall I mention that to Rob? And I went, you can, but just be aware he's heard that conversation 4,000 times, right?
Yeah, but I mean...
No, I don't mean that... Obviously, I don't mean that in a rude way, but my question to you is how do you respond when someone comes up and tells you how important one of your songs is to you, but it's the 50th time you've had that conversation in a day?
Okay, so I know exactly how much songs mean to me, and I know exactly how much what songs have done for my life, for my personality, for my soul, for my general well-being. Now, I'm me and I've generated that song. So I can't understand what it means to people because it's mine and I'm me inside of me. But when people come and say that to me, I know what these other songs mean to me. And I'm very grateful that I've generated something that does that. And for it to be part of somebody's life in one of the most integral parts of their life, first dance at their wedding, I know what that means. So as a songwriter, you want your songs to have a destination. And when people come up to you and tell you your song has got a destination, I know it's arrived.
Do you know when you write a song that it's going to be a banger straight away? Or have there been some songs in your career where you've gone, oh, that's going to land nicely, and it doesn't, but then others you've gone, I'm not sure, and it's gone huge?
No, there's like I didn't know Feel was going to be a hit. I couldn't tell that. And now I've got like songs on this Britpop album that would have been huge in like 2002, 2004. So I know that I'm writing them, and I know that they exist. There was a song on the last album, the Heavy Entertainment Show, where I was so desperate to find a commercial hit to keep this thing going. The pressure was insane, right? And I'm writing with Johnny McDade, and I come up with this chorus, and I go, I love my life, I'm incredible, I am me, I love my life. And as I'm coming out with this melody, I'm like, oh, this is a hit. I got so terrified that I was going to screw it up that I actually couldn't come up with a melody for the verse and had to get somebody to come in to help me because I was so terrified that I was going to take away this future success. And I was right about that song. It was sort of like my last big song. So, yeah, that's how it works.
You've got a small, I think, I can't compare it to anything, but a small team around you.
Yeah.
Right? I know Carl's an integral part of your life. You've got Jean, who does your makeup, who's, I think, the best makeup artist in the world. She's fantastic. You've got just a great bunch of people around you.
Yeah.
And I know that your daughter, Teddy, has just recently been in a film.
Yeah.
How as a father, do you deal with knowing what the industry is actually like? How do you deal with trying to guide her through it?
Well, here's the difference between Ted and me and my career. She has options. So I know that she doesn't have to do any of this, whereas it was either stack shelves at Asda or get an audition for a boy band and then see where it takes me. Now, what she doesn't understand is, like, she wants it more than I wanted it at her age, and I wanted it more than anybody on the planet. So I'm fearful for her in that respect, but also she's got a bouncer that's me on the door. I will not be letting anybody in. You won't be passing when it comes to my daughter. And it's the same with her mom. Her mom is so smart, off the scale intelligent. And, God bless, I'm done for with my wife because she just has me in circles. So she's got me with the brawn, and she's got a mom with the brains. She'll be absolutely fine. But she's got a lot coming to her if she wants to do this, because her version of it is all, roses and nice smelling things and adoration. She just sees adoration, and I get it. But that's a very small percentage of what this business and what this job is about.
Let's go back to talking about your albums. Bentley mentioned about, do you know a hit when you write one?
Yeah.
16 number one albums.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite?
This one.
This is your favourite?
Yeah, this one. But always, whichever album's coming out is my current favourite.
Okay, all right.
And then whatever's happened is gone and it's dead. And then I'm on to the next one.
The tour you're doing at the moment, you're singing the whole first album.
I'm singing Live Through a Lens, and then I'm going to sing Britpop as well.
How was that for you, going back to your very first album, going through every single track? Was that good fun?
Oh, it was amazing. You talk about songs, your songs needing a destination for the song, and then coming and singing an album that came out 30 years ago and seeing everybody's eyes light up and this overwhelming sense that you are family. That's what it feels like. You are family, you are community, And to know that it's you that's managed to touch these people in that way feels very special in a way that I didn't feel the first time round.
I often wondered, thought process, was it easier back then to think about what to write about? You had so many different ideas, or is it the exact same the whole way through?
Well, your diary's much more interesting back then. You know, you've got so many things going on and you're so confused about lots of things. You're so angry about lots of things. You're so opinionated about lots of things. You go into places, you're being with people, you're doing, you're seeing, you're saying, and your diary is full, you know, and then eventually you are a middle-aged man with 4 kids and a wife. So, you know, I think that if you go through Britpop, the album that I've just done, lyrically, I'll just be talking about the 90s, because what am I going to talk about now? The kids are annoying me in the car. Shut up, I don't want to be a policeman for the rest of my life. You're costing me an arm and a leg, and I thought you'd know French by now. But that's just a useless education you're having because you've got ADHD like me. Oh my God, you're expensive and so is the wife. What am I going to do? You know what I mean?
That's on the new album. That's an extra, right? That's an Easter egg, that one.
Yeah.
Deluxe version.
You're going to sing another song for us. We've got 3 today. You've done one. You can do one more now.
Yeah.
You're going to do Stronger for us.
It's Strong. Gary Barlow did Stronger.
Oh,
hold on.
Woo! I had to see what's going on now.
Hold on. You don't want to do Stronger? You want to do... my apologies. You're going to do Strong. Okay. A reminder that if you've got the opportunity to watch Rob on YouTube, now's the time to turn it on. And the last song I'll be doing a bit later on will be Angels as well. And when we come back, we'll have some fun with What's Happening, Robbie. But live on Drive on talkSPORT, this is Robbie Williams with Strong.
2, 3, 4. My breath smells of 1,000 fags, and when I'm drunk I dance like my dad. I started to dress a bit like him. In early morning when I wake up, I look like Andy but without the makeup, and that's a good line to take it to the bread. And you know, 'cause my life's a mess, and I'm trying to grow. So before I'm old, I'll confess, you think that I'm strong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm singing my song. My song. My song. My bed's full of takeaways, fantasies of easy lays. The pause button broke on my video. Is this real? 'Cause I feel fake. Oprah Winfrey, Ricky Lake, teach me things I don't need to know. And you know, 'cause my life's a mess, and it's starting to show. So before I'm old, I'll confess, you think that I'm strong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm singing my song. My song. My song. If I did it all again, I'd be a nun. The rain was never cold when I was young. I was young, and now I'm not young. Life's too short to be afraid. Step inside. Come on, why don't you do it? I can't do it anymore. You think that I'm strong.
us for one more time right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT.
12 months ago, when Palmer was fit, who do you take, Fernandes or Palmer?
Palmer.
Yeah. Because now your excuse is he's not fit. Hence, we're not seeing the best of him, which I do agree with you. You have a point.
Here's a question
on that.
for you, Sammy. Man United, moving forward, Bruno Fernandes or Cole Palmer?
Moving forward. Because you said moving forward, obviously Cole Palmer, because he's younger. And if he can stay fit. But look on the plus side. Fernandes is hardly injured.
No, he don't get injured a lot, to be fair to him. Doesn't get injured a lot.
No, the injuries are
produces every week as well, though, mate. I know, like, he gets a bad rap, I think, but man, you look at his stats in terms of chances created. It's ridiculous.
No,
every
listen,
season he's top.
He's top drawer, right? But Cole, it seems such an unfair conversation because Cole Palmer has had this season on the back of the Club World Cup, one player of the tournament, by the way, right? We're talking about a serious footballer here, and it wasn't that long ago that he was being looked at as the next bright young thing in world football, right? And his injuries, it's amazing what injuries can do to you if you can stay fit. Now, maybe the Club World Cup has come back to haunt him a little bit. He's played a lot of football. He's had his groin issues. He can't get in the squad. He can't stay fit. He's got his own personal issues right now to get himself back into Chelsea's best 11.
Yeah.
When he's fit, he's in Chelsea's best 11. There's no doubt about that. When he's fit, he's knocking on that door of that England 11. There's no doubt. But at the moment, he can't. The conversation feels so unfair. And I
Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and what's his name? Oh, Robbie Williams is with us in the studio. Still to come, we'll be hearing your questions in Robbie. Just quickly, Crystal Palace have agreed a deal in principle worth around £50 million to sign Strand Larsen. And in tennis, Serena Williams has refused to rule out returning to the sport after retiring in 2022. A long time ago, Bobby. Hey.
It is.
Do you know what I've noticed? Is because I call you Bob, right? I don't know what I call you Bob. What do you do? Does anyone else call you Bob?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you and Darren.
Well, since I've started name checking you, but everyone else.
Actually,
what time's Bob coming in? I'm like, hold on.
Take that. All of Take That call me Bob.
Oh.
Yeah.
Won't mention them.
No. Have any of you seen the documentary?
I have seen. I've spoken to you about it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did you see all episodes?
Yes, I've seen all 3.
Okay. I watched it last night.
You come out of it really, really well. But
no, I don't.
No, you do on episode.
No. Episode 3.
Right.
But I sent that, and look, everybody out there in listening land and watching land on the YouTubes, go and watch the Take That documentary. It's heartwarming and it's wonderful, and it's a roller coaster nostalgia trip. I sent them an email last night.
That's nice.
and all it said was, "I've seen the documentary. I love you all. That is all. That is it." And then with a heart emoji.
I have to watch this then.
Can I just say, I've seen it, right?
Yeah.
As I said, and what I get from it is you, and this is my opinion, I've not spoken to you about this, you were managed horrifically and you were all way too young.
Well, I
And you
can't
all-
say that because
I know you. I'm saying that. You're not saying that. I'm saying that.
Okay.
But I felt for all of you.
Yeah, bless
because
us.
you were all way too young. Is my opinion.
And
But you've got a documentary coming out, right?
Yes, I have. Don't know when, but yeah.
I've okayed that. Your people told me I can mention it.
Okay, let's go.
That's fine.
Are you in it?
There's one bit that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Shall we do? Should we do What's Happening, Robbie? Should we do it?
Yeah, let's go.
do it.
What's
Robbie?
What's happening, Robbie?
Yes, good work, you lot, by the way, because we can't do something like this unless you get involved, and you have. Lots of you have. This is WhatsApp Robbie, where we give you the floor to ask pop sensation Robbie Williams anything your heart desires. Now, on yesterday's show, I asked you to send in some of your voice notes on WhatsApp. You did it, and times 10, so thank you for that. If they got through, I appreciate it. If they didn't, I apologise. We'll try and use it another time and change Robbie to Bentley. Right, shall we go straight in with question number 1?
Yeah, let's go.
do it. Here we go.
What's up, Robbie? Robbie, if you were banished to a desert island, the question is this: what gadget would you take with you? And you were only allowed one album to listen to for the rest of your life. What would it be? It's 2 questions, really, but I'm allowed 2 questions. Hope you're well, mate.
Oh, bless you. There's
I think that's Ali McCoy.
Sir Ali McCoy. Well, Ali, the album I would take would be the White Album by the Beatles, and the gadget that I'm always on my Mac. I know there's no Wi-Fi and all of that business, but
Guitar, you say guitar?
No.
You can play the guitar.
I can play a few chords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'd be my Mac. I know that it'd be unusable, and we'd run out of power and all of that business, but my Mac.
Okay, good question. Thank you for that, Ali McCoy. Ali McCoy returns, I think, tomorrow or maybe next week on the second most popular show on talkSPORT. Right, time for the next question.
What's up, Robbie? How's it going, mate? Big fan. Here's a question for you, mate. Would you rather have your song Angels on loop on your head for the rest of your life, or have Danny Dyer commentating on your life, but you can hear his voice 24/7? Keep it up, mate. Luke from Benfleet.
God bless you, mate. I definitely Danny Dyer. I've just got the biggest man crush on him.
You used his voice, didn't you? He did a show with you.
Yeah, no, we did Park Life by Blur, and he came out and did the Phil Daniels bit, and you know, I'm beguiled by Danny Dyer. I love him to bits.
Yeah, I was there for that. That was when the Euros were on. Was it Euros?
Yeah. And we just watched
Euros.
one of the games.
That's
we
right.
just won on penalties, and then I went out and
you were on
performed in
stage,
front of
did it?
75,000 people. An incredible evening. But I love that Danny Dyer is finally getting his flowers and becoming the national treasure that he deserves. Because like him and me were kind of like unusual, eccentric young men with very powerful personalities that could be deemed in some quarters to be overpowering and overbearing, and we suffered the slings and arrows of being in the shadows of our own existence because of who and what we are. So it's great that he's getting his flowers and becoming the national treasure that he so richly deserves.
I agree. It would be great as well, him commentating on your life constantly.
Oh, mate.
Here goes Robbie walking down the corner.
Oh, mate.
Talk down, Danny. What's he doing? Calls and bells.
I'd like to pay him to do that for me.
Listen, I'm sure he'd do that for you. Right? On to question number 3, please.
Rob here from Newcastle. Would you exchange all the accolades you've won over the years for the chance to play for Port Vale all the way up to the Premier League, captain them to the Champions League final and lift the trophy?
No. Because I'm really selfish. I think it's a great question. But, like, you know, I perform and have performed at the San Siro Stadium with 80,000 people in the palm of my hand with just adoration flooding the stage, knowing every single words, and then ad infinitum to, like, you know, Bayern Munich Stadium or the Emirates this year, or there's the same in Australia, the same in New Zealand, down in South America. And, you know, if you're a footballer, there's 10 other players sharing that. If you are me, it's just me, and it's what I've created. So I would love to imagine that in a parallel dimension that Port Vale could achieve all of those things, but would I want to swap it? Nah.
I can understand it. I don't know if Benny can, but I can totally get that.
No, you can.
My arms get, carrying you. Right, on to the next question.
What's up, Robbie? How you doing, mate? It's James in Croydon. Question for you. If you was doing a boxing match, what would your walk-on song be?
James, thank you for the question. Well, I think I would, it's just straight off the dome.
Yeah.
Phil Taylor's a mate of mine.
Yeah.
And we're both from Stoke-on-Trent. I think that I would have to go with Snap the Power.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until I think of something else, but that's instantly where I go. What would yours be?
Simply the Best, probably. Chris Eubank. I'd steal that one, Simply the Best.
Yeah. What about you?
I'd go Spandau Ballet Gold. And when they went gold, everyone goes, Steen.
Yeah.
He's thought about that way too much, by the way.
I've used that as well, by the way.
Or something by I won't do what you tell me. Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine or the Beastie Boys. Sabotage.
See, that's where you needed. That's a great tune. That's where you needed Danny Dyer to answer that.
Yeah.
Sabotage, Beastie Boys, mate. You needed that. Rob, sadly, and really,
mate.
Well, hold on. Do you want to do another 15 minutes?
Can I?
I mean, you'd have to ask me that.
Can we stay? Can I stay? Is that all right?
You got to do one. You got to do your last song now, and then we'll have 15 minutes with you.
Well, I can't come back after Angels, can I?
Okay. Would you want to do Angels in the next part?
Yeah.
Right.
Can I look behind the screens? Is anybody from my management say, okay, we're good. We can do another 15.
Look, here's the next part of the show. That's how powerful I am.
Okay.
All right. That wasn't the next part. I was terrified to do it. More. I never thought I'd say it at R5, but more from the superstar that is Robbie Williams and Angels coming up live on Drive on talkSPORT after this.
Let's go to Zach. He's an Arsenal fan, right, Zach?
Hi, Zach.
Arsenal.
Well done. Congrats. You finished top. Fair play to you.
Mate, I think that penalty was a bit stupid to drag him down like that. But apart from that, I'm happy, and I think we're gonna go on and win it all.
What do you mean?
I think we're gonna go in and win the Champions League, mate.
Do you genuinely believe that? Do you think you're the best team?
I believe it in my whole heart. I believe it in my whole heart that we'll win. I don't have a doubt that we win.
I'm not convinced, Zach. I'll be honest. I'm not convinced.
You just said earlier you think they could as well.
Oh, of course they can, because they're a good team and they're top. But I'm not convinced they're going to win the Champions League. Reason being, you ain't won it before.
What is on?
You ain't won it. But... You're stumbling already in the Premier League. You played Kairat tonight. You made 11 changes. You won 3-2, but I don't know. I'm not that convinced with Arsenal. When it gets to the latter stages over two legs, I think you get found out.
What you mean is you hope they get found out.
Well, obviously I hope, but I genuinely believe. Listen,
they're in everything. 4 points clear in the Premier League.
I'm not going to lose too much sleep if Arsenal win the Champions League, right? I, as a Spurs fan, I have to take it on the chin. But I just genuinely think that Arsenal won't win the Champions League. I just don't think. I think they're better teams than you over two legs.
Look, I think your argument that we haven't won it is ridiculous, because of PSG last season, they won it, but they've never won it before. Man City a few years ago, they won it. They won it, but they don't win it before, I think it's our time.
And it is easy to say, I think they're going to get beat by someone. There are like 24 teams that could...
Yeah, I know, but the 24 teams, if you get to I'm talking about latter stages, Barcelona over two legs.
Well, you think they're going to... Yeah, but whoever...
Not everybody's one round, but with so many teams still having something to play for last night, Simon Jordan says the new look Champions League is a success.
The new format was designed to justify more money and to play more games and to incorporate more broadcast deals, and it's worked because it plays more games. I sat there last night watching the Chelsea game, flicking between other games and looking at the table moving all the time.
No less than 5 of the top 8 are English clubs, and only Newcastle will have to go through the playoffs. But is one side being overlooked after a tricky couple of results? European football expert Andy Brassel has told us we should all keep an eye on Man City.
What a tune.
It's a Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. And someone has very cleverly just written in, and Robbie Williams, just in case I forgot he was still here.
Can I ask a question?
You do what you want, Bob.
Okay, so Darren, when you were playing for Spurs, being an Arsenal fan, you probably answered this question a million times, but I would like to know.
Yep.
Did you walk in every day knowing and feeling that you were an Arsenal fan and you were in the wrong place? Or were you able to pause that and put it in a separate room in your mind? And I know we're on the radio and you've got to be diplomatic, but give me your 100% honest answer.
Completely forgot I was a fan.
Really?
Yeah, you completely forget. Honestly, you're an idiot. You completely forget.
You'd forget for 75 grand a week, wouldn't you?
No, but honestly, forget all the money side of it. You forget. When you become a pro, I was an Arsenal fan, yeah, of course, when I was a young kid. But then as you become pro and you start to play, that goes out the window.
Money amnesia, yeah. And now you revert back to being an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, through and through, yeah.
What? Yeah, I know. I watch and listen every day. How does your bit in Spurs history feel to you?
This is part of my career. Like, I still look back on it, proud memories, fond memories, obviously some tough times, some good times, but I don't look back at it and think, I was an Arsenal fan, I should never play for Spurs.
Do you almost forget that when you see a Spurs fan in the street or you're speaking to a Spurs fan? Do you instantly go, yeah, Darren Bent, Spurs player? Or have you kind of had amnesia for that bit of your career?
Not really. I still remember it, and Spurs fans go, some Spurs fans, by the way, will go, I can't believe you're a gooner. And I'm like, well, listen, we're all fans at the end of the day, but no, I still look back at that period with fond memories. Tough times.
You get it? I get it, because it's a job, it's a paid job, right? 100%. And although he grew up as an Arsenal fan, right, he's an adult and he needs to...
I do. No, I completely and utterly get that. Life is life, and life happens at you, and you have to choose reality instead of this really weird place that people get tribal about their teams. Like with Jamie Carragher, right? And I'll probably see Jamie Carragher in a couple of weeks. But I still think there are huge elements of being an Evertonian in his heart, because Scousers just don't do that. It must be a weird fraction for him. Yes, he grew up a Blue. Yes, he then went on to be a Liverpool legend. But somewhere in his heart is, a boy with a Graham Sharp poster on the wall. I'm going to ask him myself. Yeah.
I'm sure Robbie Fowler's the same,
Was he an Evertonian?
I think so, yeah. And he was one of their greatest ever strikers, Liverpool.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder how long you have to play for a club before that sort of drifts away and you become... I mean, if you sat Jamie Carragher down now and said, who's your team, what would his answer be?
It'd be Liverpool.
It has to be, right?
It'd be Liverpool, and I'm sure that it would be Liverpool if you asked him in a restaurant, and Liverpool if his cousin asked him in his house. But when he goes to bed at night and he puts his head on the pillow, I think there's blue in his heart.
Do you?
Yeah, somewhere.
Does he know that?
He's suppressing it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he's fighting it.
Yeah, but listen, I will ask him, and he will tell me. Okay. Obviously, he's a red.
Let me bring it back to you, if I may. Right?
Go.
We were talking about sort of football fans, how they feel about Benty being an Arsenal fan and playing for Spurs and so on. So you've been in the industry 31 years, 30 years? Is that right?
Yeah, 36 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, 36.
Funnily enough, we said 1936. What?
A lot of work done. It's good, right? But so your fans. They would have been like teenagers, right? They would have been like 15, 16, and those fans are still following you now, like 30.
I am their football team.
Yeah, that's exactly...
Take that is their football team.
It's insane, isn't it?
I separately am their football team, and, I am loved and lauded, and in the same way that a football team would be, but just for fans. Yeah. I always think about that.
But you've got new fans coming through, obviously, right? When you go to one of your gigs, you've got our age, and you've also got the young kids.
But my gig's always been 8 to 80. When it was 1999, 2000, it was 8 to 80, and it still is now in 2026, 8 to 80.
Yeah.
Obviously, that gap between the ages in terms of your fans, when you're writing your music, in your opinion, you've had obviously several albums throughout the years, is the best era for writing music and certainly listening to the music?
Nice.
When was the best era?
Yeah, in your opinion.
Mate, the 1990s was the last decade that we had.
Yeah.
It was the last decade that mattered, and everything has been homogenous ever since. The noughties was nothingness. The teens was nothingness, and now is nothingness, other than the most exciting and appalling time to be alive on the planet ever. But culturally and musically, it's to coin a Alan Partridge phrase, it's moribund, and that's not their fault either. I just have this feeling that music's full, and the doors shut in 2000, 2001. Everything that could be said has been sung. Every note that could be played has been played.
That?
Yeah, I do. And then every now and again there'll be an outlier that will pierce that. But you just have to look at the charts. In the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, every single one, top 30, top 50, banger after banger after banger after banger, and still remain in the hearts of everybody that lived through that period. And now you look at the top 10, you won't remember it next week.
No.
And, I know there's a nowism and a middle-aged ism about the thing that I've just said, but I genuinely believe it. And it's not the fault of any of the artists that are coming up now. It's just like, we've done everything, we've said everything, we've videoed everything, we've been everything, and good luck, but it's over.
Enjoy the music, kids. So going back then, right? Because if it's all done, there was a time when, of course, it wasn't done, when you were writing hit after hit. I'm always curious, because everyone's different with this. Talk me through how you write a song. Do you get a melody in your head? Do you go...
Sometimes it's a melody, and then I'll just get my phone out and I will sing it into it.
Hold on, go back a little bit. So you'll be watching the telly, or will you make a conscious decision, right, I'm going to write a song
Give me a subject.
Cheese.
Cheese. Yesterday I was thinking about eating something. So I went to the fridge and I opened the door. I found something. And it was shredded old cheese at the back of the thing. So there is melody, and there is a hodgepodge of lyrics that just came out of my head, and you just put out your fishing rod and see what happens, and then drag it back. Quite like that. Remember that.
Is that stronger, by the way?
That was stronger. Yeah.
But you
and it's daft. You said cheese, so I sang something daft, but that's how a song starts.
But will you sit down and go, right, I think I'm going to write a song about cheese, and then you'll write out not cheese, but will you consciously sit down and go...
my 10% of my brain is always working and always listening to things that people are saying, and then I'll put it down.
So all my life, let's talk about that. How did that come about?
All my life. Oh well, not all my life. What's strong?
Okay.
For example,
I think it's stronger, but go on.
Stronger. Well, nothing happens the same way. I mean, a lot of the time, Owen and Carl will send me backing tracks, and I'll say, "Oh, I love this song. Can we do something like this?"
Spies is a good example.
Yeah. Go on then. Talk about Spies.
Well, Spies was a backing track that started, but we then went away, and Rob put most amazing melodies and lyrics to a backing track that was formed. That was the first song to come out of the Britpop album. 6 years ago that was written. But it develops over time, and when Rob does lyrics, he goes away like a board and just chips away, makes them, improves them.
I whittle and I chisel. But, I'll write down on my phone in my notes an idea for a title, and then I'll just take it from the title. Or if I sit down and listen to a backing track, I'll just see what comes. I'll put out my fishing rod and see what I reel back.
Okay. In a minute, we're going to let you go. You're going to you're going to finish in a minute. You're going to finish with Angels. When you look back at that, I mean, it's one of the biggest and greatest hits ever written, not just by you, but ever. What are your fond memories of that day when you were filming the video, or when the song?
I don't have any fond memories of the day because I was in a very bad place. I was in a very bad place when I wrote it. But it's like Soccer Aid. You know, Soccer Aid is bigger than anything that I could have thought of or imagined. It exists somewhere else now, out there, being this megalith, monolith, whatever you call it, and so it is with Angels. It's like it's from me, but it's not mine now, and it's bigger than I could have ever imagined, and it's given me the career that I've got today. So I'm incredibly grateful for it. Never get bored of singing it. Love how much it means to people, and I've generated that. Feels good.
Wow. Sadly, our time is up. Bob, I love you. Thank you so much.
Bless you,
You're a
mate.
superstar.
Lovely to see you.
For the last time today, Robbie's going to make his way to the
hockey.
I was going to say performance area. What you going to do? Stronger, or you going to do Angels? You're going to do Angels. Okay. This is the song that everyone in the building, everyone that knows me says, you've got to make sure he's going to sing out. And I'm sure he will. And he is. Robbie Williams has been with us for the last, hour and 50 minutes. If you missed any of it, you can pick it all up on talkSPORT's YouTube channel, or you can go to YouTube and watch now. This is Robbie Williams with Angels.
I sit and wait. Does an angel contemplate my fate? Or do they know the places where we go when we're grand old? 'Cause I've been told that salvation lets their wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love is dead. In your cars, on the buses, I'm loving angels instead. Everybody, and through it all. Forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. When I'm feeling weak and my pain walks down a one-way street, I look above and I know I'll always be blessed with love. won't forsake me. I'm loving drive time instead. Happy Christmas, everybody.
Robbie Williams. We'll be back after this, live on Drive. It's talkSPORT, everyone.
I may have a wee chat with about Manchester United, and I've got to say, mate, and you'll have watched it yourself. Michael came in, that was obviously a big talking point, replacing Darren, temporary manager, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The two, not just the two results, but I think more than that, better than that, the two performances against City and Arsenal would probably be, I'm suggesting, beyond every United fan's dream, because they've been terrific.
Yeah, no, couldn't agree more. I think, you know, when he took over, there's probably looking at the fixtures and two really, really tough games with City and Arsenal. But I don't think it's the fact that they won. I think it was the way they won, and how they won, and tactically how they got it spot on in every game. And I think it's worked to their advantage in terms of, you know, playing on the break, having the pace on the break, and those attacking transitions to hurt teams. But I think they got it absolutely spot on. I think it's the best I've probably seen United out of possession as well. You know. Players finding it struggling to get into the pockets and get turned, playing it through the lines. There was none of that in the two big games in recent weeks. But listen, this is beat both of them top teams, but now it's about sustaining momentum, creating that winning habit again. And like you said, I think for the fans, it's been difficult for the last few years, but brilliant for them as well.
Phil, someone that stands out for me for Manchester United, especially the last two games, is Harry Maguire. I mean, some of the stick he's got over the years has got personal, definitely on social media, and his mental strength, mate, must be like so strong to get through that, and he's playing some of his best football this season.
Yeah, I know him really, really well. Brilliant character, fantastic player, huge mentality to come back from the criticism that he received and everything surrounding and the talk about him. What a player! He's strong. He's aggressive. He's not just strong and aggressive. He's got the ability on the ball as well. And picks the passes and starts the attacks. But I'm delighted for him.
Tell me a story.
Oh, this is a nice slow one.
Yeah.
Do you want a little slow dance?
Why would I want a slow dance?
Don't know, you never know.
And nice tune this though. Nice feel to it.
And all of a sudden it kicks in a minute. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. This, of course, is Robbie Williams. And if you're turning on the radio now for the first time, you've just missed an hour of Robbie in our studio. More for you. If you missed some of that, don't worry, because we're going to bring you some of the best bits before the end of the show. Or you can just go onto the talkSPORT YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Watch again. He was great, wasn't he?
It's unbelievable.
We're very lucky to have
I always think, what a nice guy. Whenever I meet him,
Yeah.
and I've met
What do
him.
you mean whenever?
I've met him a few times.
I think that's the second time.
Listen, I've hung out with him a few times.
No, you've hung out with him once,
No,
and you've worked with him once.
No, a few times.
Okay, where's the other time, apart from in Washington?
Yeah, twice in Washington. That's 2. And
Oh,
once
right, okay,
today.
fine, okay. Hat-trick ball, hat-trick ball.
There you go.
Reminder, don't forget, straight after us, Natalie Sawyer brings you live Europa League action as Nottingham Forest take on Ferencváros. Remembered it this time. Tell me a bit about Forest, because they're pretty much guaranteed to finish in the playoff places. We've been a sort of up and down with Sean Dyche and his reign at the club. So far, is this a success, do you think, for Forest?
I think it's still too early to say. Listen, their priority has to be staying in the Premier League. I think, yes, it's flattering you go on a good Europa League run. Fair play to you. But I just don't think they've got the squad to compete on both fronts. Now, I don't think Forest are going to win this competition because I think there are better teams in it.
Yeah.
Like Villa, I think they've got a great chance of winning it. But their priority has to be to stay in the league. And West Ham look like they're picking up. Burnley are nicking a result here and there. I just feel like this season and where they are currently, it's about staying in the division.
Yeah, it's funny because if I'd asked you that question last time out with Nuno,
Yeah.
and I would have said, do you think they can win the competition? You'd have probably said yes.
I would have done, yeah.
Or they've got a really great chance. It's amazing, 12 months in football.
But do you know what it is? There's so much has happened in between. You got Ange, which I completely forgot about, Postecoglou,
Of course, yeah.
Sean Dyche. I just think right now their priority, and I know he doesn't want to come out and say it, but I think he's got to prioritise the Premier League for sure.
Okay. A reminder, after a busy night of European football, the boys on the sports bar from round about 10 past 10, 10:15, we'll be taking your calls. Right, time now for this. Yeah, it's time for the best of talkSPORT and Friends. This is where me and Bentley run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. I don't think it is our sisters. I think it's just us today. Let's kick things off with this morning's breakfast show on Diff. If you're having your dinner, by the way, I can only apologise. You might want to turn it down a little bit. Safe to say, Gabby Bonhor was very excited about Robbie Williams coming on our show today.
You know this one. Wait for it. Here we go.
Tell me. Is that wrong?
Tell me. Let's find out the correct answer.
To entertain you.
Let me.
Let me.
I was close. Let me tell me.
I'm giving you.
That might be one of the worst singing voices.
Also, how can Ali Tal give it to you? No, Ali, it's wrong.
Yeah, everything. Not just the tone of your voice,
No.
but the words. What do you make of Gabby's voice?
Oh, terrible.
Isn't
Ooh.
it? Do you know what? You'd be hard pushed to make that worse.
Yeah, honestly.
That's like as low as it can be, right? If you were a musical artist, what would your name be? What would they call you? It's got to have a number in it, like your mates.
Something like Truth 11.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know.
Truth 11. Sounds like an aftershave.
Yeah.
What are you wearing? I'm wearing
11.
Truth 11. That's not bad. If you had to do a duet with any presenter at talkSPORT, apart from me, who'd it be?
Apart from you?
Yeah, because that's the obvious one, right? Be me and you.
Yeah, of course. If I could have a duet with anyone,
Yeah.
I'd go with a little bit of I'd go Natalie Sawyer. There's been a couple of great like male and female kind
Yeah.
of
Like islands in the stream or in between. What was that? Islands in.
a bit of Barbara Streisand and Barry Gibb. We got nothing to be guilty. Big tune that. There you go.
You've thought about this in great detail.
I have, yeah.
The Breakfast Show returns tomorrow at 6 a.m. with the wonderful Shabana Hearn. She'll be alongside Ray, party pilot, of course, it being a Friday.
Sticking with the presenter singing along to Robbie Williams, here's Ian the Moose Abrahams chatting to Paul Ross on Extra Time.
Have you done this at karaoke before, Ian?
Oh, many times.
Cool. Murdered it.
It may take me, I know the life won't break me, and when it comes to call,
Where's Simon Cowell when you need him?
she's me,
All together
she's loving angels instead.
Move over, Robbie. There's a new sheriff in town. Ian Abrams, the Mighty Moose.
Just mad, me and you made the same face like it was hurting your ears. Like,
I didn't think anything could be worse than Gabby's.
The Moose.
That's. Imagine them two doing a duet.
Oh my goodness. What do you make of the musical talent at talkSPORT?
Well, from what I've heard, horrific. I mean, it's a no from me.
If Robbie asked you to sing one of his songs, would you say yes?
Whenever I go to see him, I always think, is there, because I'm not on the side of the stage, is there a chance he might go, come on, Andy Goldstein, everyone? And I'll just, but so far it's not happened.
I'd love to see that. If Moose wasn't a reporter, what's a job you could see him doing?
I just can't see him working.
No?
Can't signing on. I think that's what he'd do.
Extra Time with Paul Ross returns at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, the Moose will be back reporting for talkSPORT's Chelsea take on West Ham this Saturday at 5:30.
Good work. Let's finish with the sports bar. Yesterday we broke the news that Jason Cundy sleeps in the T-shirt and nothing else. Oh! And this is how the callers responded.
What is going to... Look, it's very simple. Just a pair of boxers.
Socks is unacceptable. Imagine wearing Cundy. Just picture Cundy with a T-shirt on, with his half a ball out and a pair of socks on.
No.
Oh, mate, that's a vibe.
No,
that's divorce.
That's not an image. That's not an image you need to conjure up because it doesn't happen.
You are just a massive
idiot.
Could you say that on national radio?
Didn't Arthur Ball win the World Cup for... Oh, that was Alan Ball, wasn't it? Jeez. What do you make of people that sleep in their socks every day?
That's weird.
By the way, Jack, it's just... In fact, I know Jack does this. Every single day of the year he sleeps in his socks.
That's weird.
Can I just ask, Jack, are they the socks you're wearing now, tonight? They are. So he'll do the whole day in them.
And then sleep in them. Ooh, I can't sleep in socks. No way.
No, why would you do that? I have to shower before I go to bed.
Me too, but I don't sleep in anything. But I need...
too much detail.
Yeah, but I don't wear socks.
You tackle out?
Everything's off. No,
Everything? Where's Mrs. Bent sleeping?
Pardon? Pardon?
Where's she sleeping?
Pyjamas.
Not for long. Here we go. Does Mrs. Bent mind you watching James Bond movies all night? What did you watch this morning at 3 o'clock?
Do you know what? I slept till 7.
Do you know, I feel like a proud father.
I slept till 7.
Wow.
Because usually, honestly, 4 a.m. I'm up watching Volcano or something, yeah.
But nothing?
No.
Okay. What gives you the ick?
Someone who sleeps in a T-shirt and socks and nothing else.
Yeah,
weird.
It's weird. Why would you do that?
It's weird.
Makes no sense. The Sports Spy is back tonight from round about 10 o'clock, depending when that final whistle goes. Easy for me to say. Following a massive night of Europa League action. And, of course, more Cundy. Make sure we're recording one tonight. Another 21 minutes
Oh, my God. That's still going, is it?
By the way, everyone, this is true, everyone that downloads an episode of 21 minutes to go, they're given a free country. That's how big it is now. For legal reasons, I have to say that's not the case. Or, of course, you can find all of our shows on the talkSPORT app where you can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 and all of our other sister stations so you never miss a moment. More from me and the Sneaker Freak right after this. Live on Drive on talkSPORT.
I think it was the other way around, Simon. And Thomas Frank and Tottenham were struggling in Europe, but doing really well in the Premier League. No one would say boo.
No, they wouldn't, because they will look at the Champions League and say, well, it's the elite of Europe.
Right.
And it comes, despite the fact that when we look at it and we distill it, there's a lot of crap teams in that Champions League format, and there's a lot of opportunities to be successful in it. I mean, even Celtic nearly qualified last year through the Champions League format. That's how low it is in terms of quality, in terms of on the European stage. So, but it comes with a packaging. It's like everything in life. If you subscribe to a view, if you've decided in your mind's eye, and the media have decided and the public have decided that this Champions League is a marvellous tournament, it's littered with absolute superstars teams. So when you actually get knocked out of it, if you're not one of those teams that are winning leagues, people say, well, you had a good tilt, but here's the Champions League.
Yeah.
But when you actually look at it and go, well, actually, so look at it, actually, some of these teams in it ain't that good.
And is that why Tottenham Hotspur are thriving at the moment?
Because the narrative...
Because of the level of opponent.
It's because of the... I don't know about that argument. You can make the argument that it's because of the style of play. You can also make the argument that in 8 games, there might be some lesser opposition. You can make a whole raft of arguments. You take the success. My point was, to go to your question, was why is it packaged in such a way that it could be perceived to be success by qualifying for a knockout competition, yet not being successful in the league gets you some form of pass? It's because of what people's perception of it is. People they take an initial view, and I said it yesterday, for me, went into the dressing room once against Grimsby in my 4th game of ownership at Crystal Palace. 500 games later, never having gone in again, it still gets cited out that this was the sort of attitude I had towards players and the manager I went in the dressing room. So
Not everybody's won round, but with so many teams still having something to play for last night, Simon Jordan says the new look Champions League is a success.
The new format was designed to justify more money and to play more games and to incorporate more broadcast deals, and it's worked because it plays more games. I sat there last night watching the Chelsea game, flicking between other games and looking at the table moving all the time.
No less than 5 of the top 8 are English clubs, and only Newcastle will have to go through the playoffs. But is one side being overlooked after a tricky couple of results? European football expert Andy Brassel has told us we should all keep an eye on Man City.
The Champions League is not always about the best team winning it. It's about the team that rides spells of momentum the best. But I think City are really well placed to do that because they can take you apart in 10 minutes with the attacking talent they've got.
Remember, the draw for the playoff round is tomorrow lunchtime. We'll react to it live on talkSPORT. Elsewhere, it's a busy day at Selhurst Park as we understand Palace have agreed a deal in principle with Wolves for Jørgen Strand Larsen. talkSPORT's Alex Crook gives us a breakdown of the numbers.
I'm told that offer, when it does come in, will be £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. So a £50 million deal for a player I know that Simon Jordan doesn't rate particularly highly.
This, as we understand, Palace are holding firm on their £40 million valuation of Jean-Philippe Mateta. Forest is said to have tabled a bid of around £35 million, plus Palace have an agreement in place with Villa over a loan for Evan Gussand. That's set to have a £26 million buy option. Elsewhere, Nuno says West Ham are working on signing another 2 or 3 players before Monday's deadline. With that deadline fast approaching, get all the latest on talksport.com. And ahead of the T20 World Cup, we asked England's Phil Salt, who's a lifelong Man City fan, if the tournament is his FA Cup.
I suppose so. I'm not sitting here and putting that expectation on it, putting anything on it that shouldn't be there. But I am, once we finish this series and hopefully get a good result here, it is something to really, really look forward to. Yeah.
There's more at talksport.com.
Well, Matt, to last hour drive and talk sport with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, and Robbie Williams has decided to... No, of course he hasn't. I mean, if we'd have asked him, he probably would be the day. How good was that?
Unbelievable. I'm sitting over there thinking, right, there's a mic still, there's a seat.
What, you want to go?
Do I go and have a little go, just like drop a little note in there or something?
Right, so you keep... I think they've unplugged the wires, but you keep going on about how great you're singing.
No,
you've done that since he came in.
No, that's great. I said that, hold a note.
Go on in.
No, this mic doesn't work.
Oh, fine, okay.
One of them
Yeah,
mics.
I'll grab one for you in a minute. Still to come on Drive. Last hour, we joined by Kevin Hatchard for a bit of Drive Worldwide. But now, there's another massive weekend of Premier League action coming your way on the talkSPORT network.
The rest of the story develops in the latest episode of the greatest drama in the world. This is the Premier League. Ekatike through the legs of the goalkeeper, and he scores. From the dangerous ball in, Voltamana, and the double for Newcastle United.
I said recently, if we can improve in both boxes, it's going to be very hard for any team to play against us.
The Premier League is such a strong league that can only make you better by playing in that tough competition week in, week out. The games that we play, home or away, they're so difficult.
Zara trying to seal it here. Right foot shot. You bet he sealed it. So he steps up, right footed, slams it into the corner. Vicario goes the wrong way. Anthony Gordon wheels away in celebration. It's a box set of entertainment that you can't get anywhere else.
Why don't you let us entertain you? Because after a busy week of European football, the Premier League is back this weekend, and talkSPORT and our network, we've got you covered. It all starts on Saturday at 3 when the GOAT Adrian Durham takes you around the grounds with all the goals as they go in. Then from 8 we bring you live commentary. Oh, what a game this is, DB. Liverpool and Newcastle.
Oh, what a game that is.
What's the first thing you think of?
4-3.
Yeah.
Qualimore!
Well, two years on the bounce, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The easiest way to stay across everything is simply by downloading the talkSPORT app. Right, time now to preview tonight's European football action with our friends at Enterprise Rent a Car.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent a Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Oh, I can breathe.
Relax. Yeah. Right, how you feeling?
Oh, good, man.
Yeah, it's a big high you come down from, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we know how great he is. Obviously, you're very lucky to be friends with him.
Yeah.
But no, it was nice. I've never seen so many people, as you said.
Yeah, it was nice.
People that you said you ain't seen for 15 years. The people I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
That would just, Ben, how you been, all right? Boss, how are you? Like, do you know what I mean?
So, you know what? It's almost like when a big concert's announced, I get texts from like, I told your bathroom about 9 years ago. Like, so I don't know who you are. It was like that today, wasn't it? But I get it. Everyone wants to be a part of it. And he was brilliant. What about the end when he's singing Angel? I'm loving Drive Time again.
I know.
I don't know. I think that's a better version.
I'll tell you what, by the way.
Yeah.
You sound stronger. Oh, it's rubbing it in his face like that.
Saying it.
Why?
I don't know. You know when something sticks there?
Mm.
I don't know. You think that I'm stronger? No, it's definitely not.
Yeah. I see. Told you.
What was that? Sorry, did a fly get in the room? What was that? What was that?
I told you these mics are not for singing, though, are they?
Not when you sing it.
That might. If I had that mic,
Yeah, go and grab it. See if it works. Follow it. You go and do it again.
No, I can't.
Go on, give it just one.
And do you know what, I'm not going to be.
Oh, here we go.
No, all seriousness, right?
Yeah.
I need a bit of lemon juice. If I get a bit warm water and lemon juice.
Can we get Mr. Bent some lemon juice?
Trust me.
Yeah.
Maxwell levels.
Who's Maxwell?
Oh my god, you never heard of Maxwell?
Maxwell House, the coffee.
You never heard of Maxwell?
No.
Oh my god. Hey, Jack.
No one's heard of Maxwell.
You want me out?
Anyone heard of Maxwell? No. Look at even the kid, the
Jack,
youngster at the back.
No, Jack. Listen to me.
You just said we'll play Robbie. Rightly so, Jack.
I'll play it myself then.
You play with what yourself?
No, I'll play it myself.
Not on this show, you won't, my friend.
I have to on here.
Yeah,
Maxwell. I can't believe you said that. Maxwell, one of the greatest voices ever.
Absolute garbage. I can name 10 voices better than him.
Go on then. I'm talking about vocals. Go on.
Right. Frank Sinatra.
Okay, I'll give you. But okay, go on. I'll give you that.
All right. I mean,
go on, you said 10.
Okay. Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye.
Okay, 3.
I'll stick your boy in there, Michael Jackson.
Oh no! Take him out. You can't use him. Take him out. Keep going. Go on. Take him out.
Elvis Presley.
Good. Okay, that's just 4.
That's 5.
Okay, and you've named 5 greats.
All right. Stevie Wonder.
Oh, I don't know about vocals, mate.
Freddie Mercury.
Nope. Vocals. No.
Oh, shut up.
Hey.
Anyone from Motown.
Andy, I'm telling you now.
Mariah Carey.
We need to talk about
Mariah Carey.
We need to talk about ability.
Yeah.
In terms of a vocal.
We've never heard of the fella.
Maxwell's voice.
We've never heard of
is
him.
Unbelievable. I promise you. I'll play you a tune in a minute. Oh my god! Wow.
Okay, all right. Well, you won't play me tune. You're not a DJ.
I am.
So what's happened to you,
Maxwell?
No, you can't play it.
No, I'm not going to.
You can't play it on Spotify, D. Right, we'll come back to that in a minute, right?
Ascension.
Jack, when we come, I know. I'll play next break. He's going to play it. All right.
Ascension, Jack. That's what you need.
The coffee one, Maxwell House, the coffee one. Right. Let's talk about the football, shall we? Follow us at 7 Natalie Soyhouse live coverage of Nottingham Forest against Ferencváros in the Europa League.
That's Robbie Keane's team, right?
Is it?
That is Robbie Keane's
team. Is that
team,
Robbie
right?
Keane's team, Joe? Joe's not even listening to it.
Ferencváros is Robbie
Keane's team.
Yeah.
Joe gave that knowing nod. You know when you're in like a pub quiz and you go, yeah, of course it's 11:72, and you have no idea what the answer is. Forest going to the game 16th in the table, 3 points outside the top 8. Therefore, even a win is unlikely to see them through, but they are guaranteed a playoff spot. They've also been linked with the move for Palace's striker Jean-Philippe Mateta. Sean Dyche has been speaking to the media ahead of tonight's game and was asked where they can improve before deadline day.
The club are a trading club, we know that, and they always make it clear to me that we're looking at options in varying positions, but fair to say, fullback's one of them with the left-back situation as much as anything. You've all seen the news, so, we're just trying to be proactive to strengthen where we can and when we can.
You are nuts, Benny. Benny's just playing Maxwell throughout that.
Aye, what a vocal. You just heard a little bit there.
Well, look, we'll do that later. We're talking about Sean Dyche and Forest, all right? Top 8 looking unlikely for Forest. That's going to be a disappointing Europa League campaign for them, isn't it? I know they're making sure they've got Premier League football next season, but still, at the beginning of this competition, they would have thought, okay, we've got a chance.
They would have done. But as you said there, I just think that...
Can I start? Sorry. I know, with my brain...
What, Maxwell?
No.
Sorry.
Years and months, they all get weaved in. Forest are in this comp because they kicked Palace out effectively,
Correct.
right? It's that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So unless they go on and win it, and listen, they might well and truly do it. I don't think they will, but they could.
Yeah.
Then you go, okay, not so much relegation because they want to be in the Premier League. I understand that. But if you're going to go on and win it, then yes, I get that. But right now, as we currently stand, I'm looking at Forest and I'm thinking Premier League survival has to be the main aim. Right now, they're currently 16th. They've still got a chance. But I just think that the priorities have got to shift. The squad's not big enough to be able to compete on all fronts. Like, it's just not. Do you know what I mean? And when you're fighting a relegation battle as well, it just brings up more pressure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, if they get Mateta over the line, I think that's unbelievable.
I was going to ask how much of a difference that would be for them.
Well, they've missed the centre forward. I mean, Igor Jesus is looked good at times, but
Yeah.
I think he's 2 goals maybe. I think he's got this season. But I think Mateta, and I understand Mateta probably wants Champions League football, but new signings give everyone an added lift, and he'll go there almost feeling like he's got a point to prove, and he'll probably do well there as well in terms of if they play to his strengths. But for me right now, their priority, you want to compete in Europe and go as far as you can. But if there's a game, say they've got, if we're looking at Forest fixtures, right, they've got Ferencváros tonight. At the weekend,
Robbie Keane's team.
Yeah, they've got Palace at home.
I mean, that's
Right.
gigantic.
If I'm Dyche, I'm resting pure players tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you.
because they're playing Sunday 2:00 kickoff against Palace at home. All the big
have to win it.
You have to win it.
Yeah. Right, let's move on to talk about talkSPORT 2's live commentary of Villa against Salzburg tonight. Villa are second in the Europa League table. They're already through to the next round. Their new signing, Tammy Abraham, can't play tonight, but Unai Emery has been speaking to the media ahead of the game, and he hailed his new striker.
To have two strikers with Oli Watkins was our objective, and of course we are so excited about how he can help us from now until the last of the season.
Great opportunity for Villa to rest players. We saw Arsenal do it, your team, last night.
Yeah.
They're not going to go, obviously, full strength tonight with the Premier League. I mean, they're flying high in this and the Premier League, right?
No, but I think the Tammy Abraham signing is fantastic. I think incredible now because the squad depth they've got. You're right, you look at what they've got. Salzburg tonight, I'd be resting players because they are, for me, in the Premier League title race. They're only 4 points behind Arsenal. Brentford at home is the bigger game, right, for them. Because I think Villa now, in terms of where they are in the table, against Salzburg, I think personally they're second. They're qualified. They're there. It's about resting players again tonight and going again at the weekend because I know a lot of people saying, yeah, but Villa will probably fall away. At the minute, they're not showing any signs of doing that. They seem to be managing with the Europa League, managing the Premier League football as well. Now they're adding one or two more bodies. I know Gasson's going out, which is going to Palace. No, not Palace. Where's he going? Yeah, Palace. I think he's going.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Gasson's going to Palace. Okay. So they've got Watkins and Abraham. I think there's two really good strikers.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. Abraham can make his debut against Brentford at the weekend. If they're only going to play one up top, does he start with Watkins and then maybe bring Tammy on in the second half? Or how would you play that out?
Well, there's genuine competition there, and I know there has been genuine competition anyway because... do you want a pen?
No.
Because I see you looking for something.
I was looking for the running order, actually, Dee, but the whole studio's been cleared up.
Yeah. That's
carry on, it's fine.
No, it's probably not, but this is what you did to it. If anyone's looking at the thing, that's the running order
Looking
there.
at the thing?
Yeah, the paper that you screwed up.
Yeah.
It's they've genuinely got two strikers there where they can rotate them, but I think now for those two it's going to be fascinating to see what happens because both of them. Because I'm telling you now, Tammy Abraham, although he's been away from the England squad for a little bit, in his head he's thinking, right, I could be at the forefront of the manager's mind.
Well, I'm guessing the conversation with Unai Emery, he would have, to try and sell him the move, would have said, "You got a chance, mate. You come over here, you score some goals, I'll play you."
Potentially, same chat he would have given Harvey Elliott. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I'm guessing he hasn't got a 10-game deal.
Yeah.
He won't be playing for Charlotte FC in 9 games.
Yeah, Harvey Elliott got to do more.
You know what I'd love to do?
Unai Emery selling dreams.
Do you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to get Harvey Elliott on this show.
Me too.
And let him speak his mind.
Okay, that's fine.
And maybe come on and appeal for a new...
No, he wouldn't do that.
Representative.
Why would he do that? Give him the best possible opportunity.
The agent he's got has been appalling.
Top draw, mate.
Okay, how would you feel if you got that agent, right?
I had him.
Now, listen. What?
I've got the same.
What, currently?
Well, I obviously don't play football anymore, but yeah, I played.
Okay, what would you do if that agent, I don't know his name, let's call him Bob, right? He said, no, not Bob, let's call him Brian, right? Good. And he said, I've got you a deal at talkSPORT, right? 10 shows, and then we'll reassess after that. You get to 8, and out there they're umming and ahhing, thinking, if he does 2 more shows, we've got to pay him. And then they go, no, right? And then you're a little bit, where am I going next? And they go, you're going back to hospital radio now in America. Charlotte FC Radio.
Yeah.
That's not a good deal.
No, but what I will say, I'll blame, first of all, them up.
Oh, it's never your fault.
No, management. Yeah, it is. My fault, correct. But I blame management. Why you told me the dream then? You told me that I'd be the superstar. I'm not.
Well, you don't know the dream he was sold.
No, I do.
You don't, because you weren't in there. You weren't privy to that.
I'm telling you now, I've been in a lot of dressing rooms. I played.
You weren't in that one.
Yeah, but I've seen these deals before. The manager, it happened to me. Martin Yole sold me the dream at Fulham. Sold me the absolute dream.
And what happened?
Twice.
And what happened?
Didn't play.
And where'd you end up?
Back at Villa. I was on loan.
Listen, all I'll say is any move that ends up with the word Charlotte FC ain't good.
No, but also as well, Andy, what you got to understand is players have to do more.
I don't know any player that's ended up at Charlotte FC.
Yeah, but stop saying that.
I've got to emphasise that to tell you how bad the deal is.
No, it's not the deal's not bad, but unfortunately Harvey has not done enough to get in Villa's team.
Well, he shouldn't be going back to Liverpool.
Yeah, probably
or he should have had a 3-year deal at Villa.
No, but it's not that easy. Villa couldn't do that.
It's not that. I turn on talkSPORT every day and I'm hearing £40 million for this and 20 million for that.
I'm telling you now, if you hadn't done enough, they're not going to sign you. That's
right. He's the only player I know, right, that I can think of that in this window.
I can get you 10 of the same deals. I can get hundreds of players.
Go on then.
No, but I'll get you some. By the time we come back
to name 10 singers.
By the time we get back,
you tell me. Give me 3 now that did 10 match deals.
Harvey Elliott, Darren Bent, and no, I'll get you some.
You didn't have a 10-game deal.
No, I didn't. But listen, my point is, I got sold the dream, and it just didn't. Listen,
and because it didn't work, you had a deal to fall back on.
No, but my point is I was sold the
Awful
dream.
deal,
No,
Dee.
can I-
Awful deal,
listen.
mate. Awful deal. Harvey, if you listen.
No, listen to me.
I'll represent you, Harvey. I'll get a better deal for you.
Sold the dream, but ultimately didn't do enough.
You went back to Villa?
Yeah, but I didn't do enough myself.
You went back to Villa. He's going back to Charlotte FC.
He's going back to Liverpool.
No, he's not.
He is. He's not going to Charlotte. He's going back to Liverpool.
When Arne Slot was asked about him, he said,
Yeah,
he's not a Liverpool player.
Yeah, no. That's Arne Slot being Arne Slot.
Oh, brilliant sentence.
In fact, there you go. Just get Maxwell on, Jack.
No, if you're listening, phone me up. I'll represent you. Harvey. I can't do any worse.
Nah, mate, you've got top draw. Trust me.
Oh, yeah,
top draw.
Remind me of the league Charlotte FC are in.
I can give you some big hitters that he's got, John. Tell you.
Yeah.
As players, you've got to do more. Simple as that.
As an agent, you don't need to do more?
He's done more. He's done enough.
He's done enough, has he?
Yeah.
He's ruined
Can't
his client.
spoon feed me.
That was a look at...
And also as well, by the way.
Oh, here we go.
He can't play for 3 Premier League teams in one season. So that's why he has to go abroad.
No, that's why he should have had a deal at Villa.
Villa sold him the dream and said they couldn't do it. See, look, make me shout. I don't want to shout.
Everyone saw that.
No,
that's him. That's Darren Bent, everyone.
Making me shout.
Nasty man.
No, making me shout.
People stop me on the train and go, he's a good lad, and I go, he's horrible. And they go, I don't see that. You've just seen it. You finished?
Honestly, Benty, you're 100% correct.
Now at enterprise.co.uk.
Kevin Atchard joins us in about 10 minutes' time. And if you missed any of the legend that is Robbie Williams, we'll be playing a bit more of it when we come out. He sung 3 songs as well. Do you hear How the End of Angels? And I'm loving Drive. If Jack was any good, he'd go into the break with that. I'm loving.
And then come back with Maxwell, you're right.
Oh, when we come back, Maxwell. Okay, let's see what all the fuss is about.
What have we got this morning? I'm hearing that Crystal Palace are prepared to throw some money around, right?
Yeah, they've thrown money around already in this transfer window. It was a club record deal that took Brennan Johnson from Tottenham to Crystal Palace. Now it looks like they're going to smash that transfer record again. Wolves still waiting for the formal written offer, but we can report an agreement in principle between Crystal Palace and Wolverhampton Wanderers for their one-to-way striker, Jørgen Strand Larsen. I'm told that offer, when it does come in, will be £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. So a £50 million deal for a player I know that Simon Jordan doesn't rate particularly highly.
Neither do you.
50 million pound player.
Right? It's called an opinion. I was prepared to pay £5 million for Adi Akinbaye. What does that say about me? If you go back 20 years and look at the comparative scale, they're probably in the sort of ballpark of money.
You're being harsh on this lad.
I think he's useless. I do, but that's just my personal opinion. If Palace don't think he is, then I'll be happy to be proven wrong. I'll be happy for him to go and make a big deal of scoring lots of goals for Palace and making me look a fool. I'll be happy to be on the receiving end of that. Listen, if they've sold Gehi, which has funded the transfer of Brennan Johnson, because they've probably got Man City to pay all up and pay for Brennan Johnson on the drip. They might do the same here. Yeah. They sell Mateta. So what? I mean, look. I'm not. Do you like him as a player, Alex?
Well, Alex, I was about to say, Alex. I mean, you work in games live for talkSPORT, and no doubt have seen Strand Larsen live on a few occasions while Simon's been trolling around Legoland. What do you see in this player?
I thought he looked a handful last season. Obviously, that prompted interest from Newcastle in the summer, but he's not been able to replicate that this season. I remember speaking to Sean Derry, actually, former Wolves coach at Arsenal. I think it was the first day of last season, and said, "What's this boy all about?" And he said, "You know what? In training, he looks the real deal. He could well be someone who scores goals regularly in the Premier League." So I'll reserve judgment. I still think they should have taken the money, Wolves, when Newcastle offered it last summer.
this okay?
Nah, it's not go. It's better than that. Don't try it.
What's his name? Maxwell. So we should have asked Bob what he thought of him. Turn out, bit Jack.
Oh, honest, Andy. Oh.
I've never heard of Maxwell. When are you listening to this? What are you doing?
Pardon?
What are you doing when you listen to this?
Dancing, man. Honestly, there's people out
Naked?
there. No, there's people out there now going, oh my goodness, Maxwell. A woman's worth is.
I've never heard of this.
I haven't. He's like soulful. Maxwell.
I can hear he's soulful.
This bit is nice. Oh, Maxwell, Jack.
So, wait, there's a bit of Jonathan Butler about him. Have you heard of Jonathan Butler?
No, who's that?
Sang Lies.
Jonathan Butler?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, when we come back, Jonathan Butler Lies. All right? Will you do that for me, Jack? Now, that is an unbelievable tune. Very similar vibe.
Who is your favourite vocalist ever?
Robbie Williams.
Come on.
What?
Who's your favourite ever?
I sort of love him, don't I?
Yeah, I get that. I understand your mate, but in your
ever?
Yeah.
It's a great question.
No?
No, it's a great... It would probably be someone in Motown. I need the... You know what my memories are? I need to have answers in front of me and I'll choose
because,
one.
Listen, the best vocalist and your favourite's different. So my favourite vocalist is Barry White. He's my favourite, but he's not the... I don't think he's the best. Because Luther's is nice. Michael Jackson.
Now, my favourite ever song is Never Too Much.
Yeah.
So judging by that, maybe Luther is...
Velvet Voice. That's his nickname.
Was it Velvet Voice?
Yeah.
It's a good nickname to have, isn't it?
Whereas Barry's my favourite, but he's not the best, is he? But he's...
I like Jimmy White. Does that help? You like Barry White?
What?
Make sure you play Jonathan Butler when we come back.
Motown's unbelievable, don't it?
My voice is going a bit.
Can you sing?
Can I sing? Are you joking?
No.
Can I sing? The Bears Go in the Woods.
I'd love to. Actually, I heard you on Diamond Lights or Flying Lights.
Oh, yeah. Diamond Lights, yeah. That went through a few machines before.
21 on the charts, Summit?
23. Number 23 that got to.
Okay, nice.
That's not bad, is it? It charted.
I'll make love to you.
Oh, my... Yuck!
What is... Play the rest of that. What's that, Jack? What's that? What is that? So
I'll make love to you.
Oh,
Andy.
So I think that was for my wedding night. Where have you got that? I'll make love to you.
I'll make love to you.
Well, that's you. That was.
Yes, that's better.
What was that?
Hey, they are unbelievable.
Boyz II Men, that was.
They have got some serious vocals. Them.
Yeah. Are they still about?
Yeah, they are.
None of them died or anything like that.
I don't know if either way they're still about. I don't know.
What do you mean either way? If they're dead, they're not about.
Hey, Joe. A guy called Joe Thomas. Have you heard of him?
No.
Do you know what?
What, from the In-Betweeners?
Sorry, I apologise. Barry's 2. Joe is number 1.
How many breaks we got left? We got one. We could play both. So when we come back, Jonathan Butler and then Joe Thomas.
Joe. Oh, wow. You honestly start.
Okay.
I can't talk properly.
Well, makes a change. Still to come, we joined by Kevin Atchard for a bit of drive. Well, just quickly, Palace have agreed a deal in principle worth £50 million to sign Strand Larsen. In tennis, Serena Williams has refused to rule out returning to the sport after retiring 4 years ago. Now, if you weren't listening to the show earlier on, why not? Where were you? Because we were joined in the studio by pop sensation Robbie Williams. And if you did miss it, then don't worry. Of course, you can watch the whole thing back on talkSPORT's YouTube channel. And we can also hear a little bit now. Robbie spoke about his time with the England squad at the Qatar World Cup.
I played Villagers and Wolves, or Traitors. I played that game with the England.
What do you call it?
I called it Villagers and Wolves.
Okay.
Have you played the game?
I've heard that before.
No.
Okay, or Villagers or Vampire
kids, right?
or Mafia or whatever
it
is. And I played the game, and it came down to me choosing between Saka and Kane for who was the traitor, basically. And I was going to choose Kane, and I'll tell the squad now. I looked at Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he just went...
He cheated.
Yeah, and I'm so glad he did, because I went with Harry Kane, and then the whole England squad jumped on me like we'd scored a goal, and it was the best moment of my life.
He told me that before, but I didn't know if that was out there or not. I don't know if it was, but I love the fact that I mean, what we forget, you've been in that environment. I haven't, not on a World Cup, obviously, but you've been in England squad, and what we all forget as football fans is you're just a group of lads. Just mucking about like we were mucking about in this office. People listening if they're like an accountancy or they mortgage advisor or whatever. It's just a group of people together hanging out and having fun.
Yeah.
But because they're at a World Cup and they're representing England, we forget that they're like us.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing, a story like that just brings it home that they're just a young group of lads just away having fun.
Yeah, they're just all obviously there for the same objective. But all very successful.
I'm loving drive time.
And when I say the same level, I know some players are better than others, I understand that, but you're all there on merit in terms of your the best that your nation has to offer.
Yeah.
And you're right, you're sitting there. Like, I remember when I was in England squads before, us all sitting down playing SOCOM. Now, SOCOM,
What's that?
SOCOM was a game on the PSP.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Like, so me...
I had a PSP.
Yeah, me, Rio, JT, Kieran Richardson, Ben Foster... Like, some of these guys, certainly them guys, that JT, of that Ashley Cole, of them winning Premier League titles, Champions Leagues, sitting in a corridor or in our lounge rooms, everyone just playing SOCOM. And that's what it was like. Like, it wasn't like these are superstars and they acted a certain way. When we were all in that environment all together, we were just like kids, basically.
Yeah. But we forget that, right? We see you a superstar.
Yeah, exactly. But then, obviously, when I got in the squad, I'm looking at these guys like superstars until they started playing PSP. With, you know what I mean?
Playing your games.
Yeah.
Let's quickly hear another bit now. He was just brilliant. We had him for an hour and 15, hour and 20. Here's Robbie talking about the time he thought he'd met a football icon. This is brilliant.
I'm doing this gig up a ski slope, end of season in Austria, and I'm with my dad, and we're travelling down to the gondola. It's a big gig, but we'll get up there in a gondola, and my security goes, Maradona's here, and he wants to say hello to you. I'm like, Maradona in Austria? And like, yeah, get out of the car, and there's Maradona. And like, you know, I don't speak Spanish, and, you know, but we're very happy to see each other, and we have our pictures taken together, and we go up in the gondola, and my dad's like, what's your life like, son? I go, it's amazing, isn't it? People like Maradona want to come and see me, And then 2 days later, I'm looking at the news on the Mac, and Maradona is at the Chelsea game, and that Maradona hasn't got a beard at the Chelsea game. That wasn't Maradona that I met.
Do you know who it was?
It was an imposter.
What, claiming to be Maradona?
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's unbelievable, that.
So that fella with the beard has gone, go and tell Robbie.
Maradona's here.
I want to see him. And it's just a normal...
Do you reckon he's name checked himself as a third person as well? Just go and tell Robbie Maradona's here.
Diego, I'll go. Diego wants to see you. Still to come, we'll have team news. Of course we will, from all of tonight's Europa League action. But first, it's time for No Googling. Go on. We want to know which player has made the most appearances in Champions League history for a single club. Which player has made the most appearances in Champions League history for a single club? The answer to that and so much more crammed into the last 30 minutes of Drive on talkSPORT.
Scotty, I want to ask you about Pep because you know him very well, working under him. Will he be at Man City for the long run with this rebuild? I think he will personally, because he doesn't look like the sort of manager that will want to leave when he's not winning the big trophies. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, definitely. I think, obviously as well, I don't think there was many people expecting him to stay as long as he has. But to be honest, if you look at it, where else would he go and have as much control and as it's for me, it just seems like his club now. I know he come from Barcelona and he would say Barcelona's his club, but he's just transformed everything there. And to be honest, I wouldn't even like to say how long he could stay, because with him, it wouldn't surprise me if he'd done another 4 or 5 years, because the passion he has for it and how much he loves the club, it just wouldn't surprise me.
I'm watching him that touchline, Gabby Scott, and he's hungry, man. He's motivated. Yeah. You can see it. Absolutely, you can see it. Yeah. Scott, I tell you what I ask you, mate. Goalkeeper, couple of old goal scorers here. Tell me, close up. He remarkably, in my opinion, comes in for a little bit of criticism. The finishing last night from Haaland, I thought was absolutely genius. The way he runs through, just lifts it. What's he like? What sets him above being one of the best finishers and goal scorers I think we've ever seen?
Yeah, I think obviously watching that goal as well last night, people were talking the last week or two, saying, is he struggling for confidence or what? And then you haven't scored a goal for a couple of weeks, and then you go clean through and just dink it. It just says everything about him.
Not everybody's one round, but with so many teams still having something to play for last night, Simon Jordan says the new look Champions League is a success.
The new format was designed to justify more money and to play more games and to incorporate more broadcast deals, and it's worked because it plays more games. I sat there last night watching the Chelsea game, flicking between other games and looking at the table moving all the time.
No less than 5 of the top 8 are English clubs, and only Newcastle will have to go through the playoffs. But is one side being overlooked after a tricky couple of results? European football expert Andy Brassel has told us we should all keep an eye on Man City.
The Champions League is not always about the best team winning it. It's about the team that rides spells of momentum the best. And I think City are really well placed to do that because they can take you apart in 10 minutes with the attacking talent they've got.
Plus, Palace have an agreement in place with Villa over a loan for Evan Gussan. That's set to have a £26 million buy option. Elsewhere, Nuno says West Ham are working on signing another 2 or 3 players before Monday's deadline. With that deadline fast approaching, get all the latest on talkSPORT.com. And ahead of the T20 World Cup, we asked England's Phil Salt, who's a lifelong Man City fan, if the tournament is his FA Cup.
I'm not sitting here and putting that expectation on it, putting anything on it that shouldn't be there. But I am, once we finish this series and hopefully get a good result here, it is something to really, really look forward to, yeah.
Here we go. Go on, Jonathan.
Is it one of your tunes, yeah?
He's back in, 89, 90, 88, something like that.
I can't imagine you that.
Turn it up a bit, Jack. Can't sing to my voice. Tune that is.
Joe, I quite like to have been in the club and seen you dance to this.
I said I'd dance at that.
Someone saw you with your... Go on, Andy. Go on, Goldstein. Go on. Go on.
We love a bit of Jonathan Butler. Before the break, I asked the question, which player has made the most appearances in Champions League history for a single club?
Must be Man United player, no?
Turn it up to chorus. Here we go.
You were deceiving me with...
Thomas Muller's the answer.
Oh, yeah, of course. Actually, I didn't think of that, yeah.
How many appearances for Bayern Munich in Champions League?
148.
163.
That's mad, that. I'd be up here with 1.
Yeah, I'll be happy with half.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's at 7. Natalie Soy hosts live coverage of Nottingham Forest against...
Ferencváros.
I'll tell you why I struggle with that, because there's a C in it. Feren, then there's a C, a wild C. Anyway, Ferencváros in the Europa League. Meanwhile, over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear Aston Villa against Salzburg. Bringing team news for both those games. As soon as it drops, as the kids say, time now for this.
Drive worldwide. Why?
Yeah, it's time a bit of Drive Worldwide, where we take a look at some of the biggest talking points from across the world of football. Joining us now is our European football expert, guru, legend and catchphrase king. It's Kevin Atchard, everyone. Hi, Kev.
How are we, chaps? You well?
Well, I don't like the fact you've zoomed out, which is not allowing me to see the light switch behind you. You've done it on purpose.
It's over my shoulder. You can see it. It's right there. It's right there.
Get it fixed.
Yeah, what's on the T-shirt?
It's a little bit of Star Wars and a little bit of Kurosawa. There you go.
Nice.
Little bit of art, little bit of sci-fi.
Oh, nice.
Mixed together.
How are you, Kev? Did you hear Robbie on our show?
I did hear a bit of it. Yes,
He was
but
amazing.
not much. I've been zooming around today, but I'm sure it was very
What have you been doing? What have you been doing?
I've been at Sky today. I had to nip to the hospital for something. Boring.
Everything okay?
It's all good. Yes, all good.
All right.
All good.
I always feel when you drop a sentence like that, and I'm like, oh, now what do I do?
Where do you go with that?
Yeah, why have you told
It's
me that?
minor. It's minor. Don't worry. It's all good.
People just don't say it unless you know what I mean. It puts me in such a difficult situation.
I wanted to kind of see how you would get out of it, to be honest, and you've done very well. You've done very well.
As long as you're okay, Kev, then we're okay.
Yeah, as long as you're okay for our show.
I'm fully healthy.
Okay, good.
Don't you
Right, listen, let's start with last night's Champions League action. Oh, my goodness. Saw 5 English sides inside the top 8. Meanwhile, Newcastle have to go through to the playoffs. Do you think it's a good thing, Kev, that there are so many sides from England in the top 8?
No, I think it's a bad thing. I think it underlines the difference in financial power between England and the rest. Obviously not England and PSG. They've got a lot of money. Obviously Real Madrid have got a fair bit of cash as well. But I think in general, there is an inequality. Having said that, I've been thinking about this a bit today, and I don't like the fact there's so many English teams in the top 8. But there is also another thing that people don't talk about that much in the Champions League, but I think it's a growing issue. And I like the fact Karabakh have done well, right? I like the fact Bodo Glimt have done well. However, the money they're going to get from doing so well is going to completely distort their leagues for years to come. Now, Bodo haven't actually won their most recent Norwegian title. Viking won that, but that's largely because Bodo have kind of been sitting on their money and not really investing in the way that they potentially could. So that's something UEFA need to have a look at as well, because if you've got the same teams from the same nations qualifying again and again and again, then you are just going to have this situation where you've got one team dominating the league for years to come.
Kevin, Bodo striker, been linked to Norwich and Celtic.
Yeah, Kasper Høeg, who has done incredibly well in the last 2 games because he scored 2 against City and they were great finishes, and he got the winner against Atleti last night. I mean, just think of that. They went to the Metropolitano and won against Atletico Madrid. Nobody does that. No. And Atletico were chasing the win. You know, it wasn't a lack of motivation. So to go there and win is absolutely phenomenal. Their home record, Atletico's, in all competitions is terrific. So very, very impressive.
So, Kev, in the Premier League, Spurs currently are 14th. Not had a good Premier League campaign at all, right? But in the Champions League, they finished 4th, which I think is incredible. Do you give them any chance of winning it? And also, can you put your finger on as to why you think their form in the Premier League is so bad compared to it is in the Champions League?
I think if you look at some of the teams they faced, not all, but some of the teams they faced in the Champions League, I think they had Slavia Prague at home, didn't they? They had Copenhagen at home. They've gone and faced a Frankfurt team that's a bit of a mess at the moment. They had Villarreal at home, and Villarreal have stunk the place out. So I don't want to take too much away from Tottenham, but I'm not suddenly running around thinking they can win the competition, because I don't think they can. I think them and Newcastle, I think, would fall short. I do think. I think the others could. Newcastle, I was actually quite impressed with at Paris. I heard you, Benty, actually talking about it earlier on, and you were spot on. First half hour, you thought Paris were going to absolutely destroy them. And there was a moment where Jacob Ramsey actually started getting on the ball, started getting them up the pitch and winning free kicks. And just a switch seemed to flick, and they suddenly thought that they could do something, and I thought they were excellent for the last hour of the game and maybe could have won it late on.
I think it's fair to say that if you asked all neutral fans what the highlight was from last night, bearing in mind every single team played, they would all come up with the same answer, wouldn't they?
The winning goal from Trubin for Benfica, a goalkeeper scoring deep in to stop it. Because it's not just the fact the goalkeeper scored, right? There are so many little stories around it. So I was working for UEFA last night, and so we were watching all the games, and everything else had finished. So we switched our attention to that game. And Real had 2 men sent off really, really quickly. So Raul Asensio got sent off for an unbelievably bad challenge for the second yellow. Then Rodrigo gets sent off. At that stage, Benfica had no idea they needed another goal. So Trubin, who turned out to be the hero, the goalkeeper, about 2 minutes earlier had caught across and done that goalkeeper thing where they just dive on the floor to waste a few seconds. And the whole stadium, apart from him and the other players, knew that they needed another goal. So you got a whole stadium go, get up, you idiot, you need another goal. And so then the message gets through to Mourinho and everybody else, and they win a free kick, and that's when they send the goalkeeper up. And it's a phenomenal header. I mean, if that was a centre-forward who'd scored it, you'd give them all the credit in the world. But Mourinho did say they tried it in the cup quarter-final against Porto, and it nearly came off. And this time it did. So phenomenal story for them to get through. And if you're Marseille and you got knocked out as a result of that, how sickening for them.
Kev, I want to move on to Chelsea and Napoli. I mean, what a result for Chelsea, by the way, because I didn't think they'd win that. But Napoli, when you look at their Champions League campaign, has been absolutely awful. What do you put that down to in terms of Napoli, and also as well for Liam Rossigna? What a job he's doing.
Yeah, it's a great result. It is for Chelsea. You have to give them credit. Nobody had gone to the Maradona and beaten Napoli this season in any competition. So that's a phenomenal result for them. But on the Napoli side of things, some of it's injury. They've not had Anguissa, they've not had De Bruyne, they've not had Lukaku. So that's a big deal. They've had other injuries as well. But some of it does come back to Antonio Conte not being able to balance Europe with domestic competition. They won the Scudetto last season, and the big reason for that, apart from them being excellent in the league, was they didn't have European football. So they're able to fully concentrate on winning the league. So, yeah, it's a mix of everything, but they need players back, and they need them quickly because they're 9 points off top spot in Serie A.
A quick word about defending champions PSG. Another frustrating night for them. 1-1 draw at home to Newcastle. That meant they finished 11th in the Champions League. I was going to say, will they be bitterly disappointed? But if they're a team of, if they're superstitious, they'll be over the moon with that result, won't they?
Yeah, because they got...
Yeah.
Well, they had that... It's the same pattern. They got knocked into the playoffs last time, and they ended up smashing another Liga side, Brest, in the playoff round, and then that gave them momentum. I still think they can win it, but they are going to need to be more clinical in front of goal, because one of the things that stood out from the Newcastle game is they missed some big chances. Bradley Barcola had one where he'd done the hard part and he just blazed it over the top, and Luis Enrique looked furious, and he actually gave him the hook after that. So that's the bit that's got to change, but they have the talent and they have the coach to win it. Make no mistake.
Kev, as we sit here today now, if you had to put money on someone to win it, who would it be? I know Arsenal won 18-8, but I still don't think it's that easy as some people are saying. Who do you think are the favourites right now? And who do you think will go on and win it?
I still think those two are the two to beat at the moment, Arsenal and Bayern. I think Arsenal because they're the best out of possession team in Europe, and that's always going to give you a chance in the tournament. They pushed PSG pretty hard in the semis last season. I think they'll have learned from that. And I look at Bayern, they've got the opposite situation. They're brilliant going forward, irresistible going forward. Is their defensive structure good enough to get them all the way to winning the tournament? So those two are the two to beat. I still think there are 5 or 6 others that can win it, but they're the most cohesive two teams at the moment for me.
Good word to get in there at the end. Cohesive. Kev, what are you up to tonight? What are you doing?
I should be watching some Europa League.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you get withdrawal symptoms if you're not watching football?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. But then I just read old sci-fi, and that kind of gets me through. Or
I was going to say, what's the saddest thing you've ever done? But that's probably the answer to that.
Saying that on national radio, to be honest.
That's out there now.
Hang on. You were the one bopping to Jonathan Butler before we came on, so,
Nothing wrong with that, mate. I'd rather do that than read Sci-Fi Weekly or whatever it is. Kev, always a pleasure. Get that light switch fixed behind you. It's starting to drive me insane.
One day.
Otherwise, I'll come round and do it. All right?
Okay. It's a deal.
Okay.
Cheers, Kev.
That wasn't the deal I was looking for. Thanks as always for coming on. We love having you on our show. You make it a little bit better. Always a pleasure. We'll speak to you on next week's show.
Cheers, chaps.
Thanks, man. There you go. The superstar is Kevin Hatchard. When we come back, one more Billy will be in the quiz for the end of show quiz. And, of course, it's another big night of European football. So team news coming your way.
What have we got this morning? I'm hearing that Crystal Palace are prepared to throw some money around, right?
Yeah, they've thrown money around already in this transfer window. It was a club record deal that took Brennan Johnson from Tottenham to Crystal Palace. Now it looks like they're going to smash that transfer record again. Wolves still waiting for the formal written offer, but we can report an agreement in principle between Crystal Palace and Wolverhampton Wanderers for their one-to-way striker, Jørgen Strand Larsen. I'm told that offer, when it does come in, will be £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. So a £50 million deal for a player I know that Simon Jordan doesn't rate particularly highly.
Neither do you.
£50 million player.
Right? It's called an opinion. I was prepared to pay £5 million for Adi Akinbaye. What does that say about me? If you go back 20 years and look at the comparative scale, they're probably in the sort of ballpark of money.
You're being harsh on this lad.
I think he's useless. I do, but that's just my personal opinion. If Palace don't think he is, then I'll be happy to be proven wrong. I'll be happy for him to go and make a big deal of scoring lots of goals for Palace and making me look a fool. I'll be happy to be on the receiving end of that. Listen, if they've sold Gehi, which has funded the transfer of Brennan Johnson, because they've probably got Man City to pay all up and pay for Brennan Johnson on the drip. They might do the same here. Yeah. They sell Mateta. So what? I mean, look. I'm not. Do you like him as a player, Alex?
Well, Alex, I was about to say, Alex. I mean, you work in games live for talkSPORT, and no doubt have seen Strand Larsen live on a few occasions while Simon's been trolling around Legoland. What do you see in this player?
I thought he looked a handful last season. Obviously, that prompted interest from Newcastle in the summer, but he's not been able to replicate that this season. I remember speaking to Sean Derry, actually, former Wolves coach at Arsenal. I think it was the first day of last season, and said, "What's this boy all about?" And he said, "You know what? In training, he looks the real deal. He could well be someone who scores goals regularly in the Premier League." So I'll reserve judgment. I still think they should have taken the money, Wolves, when Newcastle offered it last summer.
Playing Gary. Why are you playing? Get rid of it. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're playing Gary Barlow. What are you doing? What's the matter with you? This is not Robbie. What's the matter with you, Jack? Stop it. Jack. Don't fade it. You can stop it, Jack. Understand the room. Know what's going on. Hey, listen to Drama talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, alongside from us at 7 Natalie Soy, hosting live coverage of Forest against Ferencváros in the Europa League. Jim Proudfoot has team news ahead of that one. Hi, Jim.
Andy, good evening to you. Well, there's no real jeopardy for Forest tonight. They've already booked their place in the knockout stages, although a top 8 place beyond them is beyond them, barring a miraculous set of results elsewhere. So the crucial Premier League game against Palace to come on Sundays. No surprise, Sean Dyche has made 5 changes tonight. Zach Abbott's in for just his 5th senior start. Morato replaces Murillo. Yates is in for the suspended Anderson. And Ndoye and McAtee are recalled at the expense of Hudson-Odoi and Gibbs-White. But Igor Jesus leads the line. So Sells in goal, Abbott, Milenkovic, Morato and Williams, Sangare and Yates, Ndoye, McAtee and Dominguez, and Igor Jesus up front. A win will mean that Forest are at home in the second leg of their playoff tie. That's the ideal scenario, but victory for Robbie Keane's Ferencváros will live then inside the top 8 and able to avoid the playoff round altogether. Leanne Sanderson's alongside me for an 8 o'clock kick-off. The build-up started with Natalie Sawyer at 7 here on talkSPORT.
Thank you for that, Jim. Meanwhile, over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear Aston Villa against Salzburg. Alex Crook has team news for that one. Crookie, good evening to you.
Good evening. I can tell you Aston Villa make no fewer than 6 changes from the side that won 2-0 at Newcastle in the Premier League on Sunday. That includes a first start since the end of September for the lesser-spotted Liverpool loanee Harvey Elliott and a full debut for the 18-year-old midfielder George Hemmings. The Villa side then Martinez in goal. It's a whole new back four of Bogard, Lindelof, Mings and Digne, Onana and Hemmings in midfield, with Elliott, Buendia and Jadon Sancho in behind Ollie Watkins up front. Depending what happens here and elsewhere tonight, Villa could top the league by the end of the evening, or they could finish as low as 7th, and there is incentive to make sure they stay in those top 2 places. That would guarantee a home second leg every round all the way through until the final. This game is live on talkSPORT 2 as Aston Villa take on RB Salzburg.
Thanks, Cricket. Doesn't end there. Celtic, they're in action against Utrecht. David Tanner has team news ahead of that one. Dave, good evening.
Good evening to you, and I can tell you that Celtic have made 2 changes to the team that drew 2-2 with Hearts on Sunday. Both players are ineligible, both January signings. That's Julian Araujo and Thomas Chanchara. They are replaced by Colby Donovan and Sebastian Tunecki. Kieran Tierney, who limped off at Tynecastle at the weekend, is fit to start this one. If Celtic win, they are guaranteed a place in the knockout stages. If they draw, it can get a little bit more complicated. It's Celtic against FC Utrecht, who've picked up just 1 point so far. Kick off at 8 o'clock.
Thank you for that. And of course, after another busy night of football, the boys on the Sports Bar, we take your calls around about 10 past 10 when the final whistle goes. Guess who's in the studio? He's shy. He looks like another clue, and his mum does pick him up from work. Why is that, though? Oh, well, Billy's in the studio.
Evening.
How has your day been?
Oh, it's been great.
You don't care.
Has been great today, hasn't it?
It has been great. Do you have a picture of Robbie?
Yeah, Joe made me get one. I
think that's the right thing to do.
I get a bit nervous, though.
I know. You get a bit nervous around all superstars. That's why you and I never speak.
Yeah, it's very true. But yeah, I had to do it. First photo I've ever had with a guest at work.
Okay.
Just because, you know.
Because it's Robbie, you got it, right?
You have one with Cundy when you first met him as you're a Chelsea fan?
Yeah, I did actually, yeah. So
Did you? You burnt that one?
Yeah.
What are we doing today? We've only got a couple of minutes. I mean, it's flown by, William.
Yeah, it's about Robbie Williams.
Good.
Quiz.
Okay.
Simple as that. Do you want to crack on?
Yes.
Do you want to crack on?
Who's going first, Bill? You going to the pub for a little debrief?
Could do, couldn't we?
Well, we are.
Oh,
You've
right.
not been invited yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah. Would you like to come with us?
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah.
I'm probably going to get the first random, Bill. So am I going first or second?
Andy, do you want to go first?
I'm telling you, okay.
Bill, I'll get second and third.
Yeah.
Probably a bit of food as well.
Yeah, he's getting first as well now.
Yeah. Robbie's second name is Williams. Andy, how many plays did William Shakespeare write?
I think I know it.
Do you want some options?
It's just under 20. Go on, what you got for me?
3,800, 380, 38.
He's close. I think 38, you know.
What's the answers?
3,800, 380, or 38.
38. You said 20, didn't you, sir?
380.
That's 38.
Told you, you idiot.
Hold on, it's not the answer I'm going for.
Oh, right.
All right.
1-0.
You got that wrong, sorry.
It's not 1-0, it's 0-0. I just didn't get a point.
Benny, Robbie was part of Take That, and any other Take That members.
Oh, Mark.
No, full names.
Nah, mate, no. Mark, Gary, and the other fella.
Two other fellas. No.
Is there any...
No, there's not.
Go on. No, shut up.
Howard.
Yep.
And Jason.
Yeah. Jason Orange, great name.
Yeah.
Robbie's the best, though, isn't he?
God, yeah.
Shout out, Robbie.
Yeah.
Just look at the facts.
Andy, what's Robbie's middle name?
If you don't know this, then you ain't his good mate. If you don't know this...
Do you know my middle name?
We ain't good mates. So there you go. You answered your own question.
If you give me the options...
No, you're not giving no options, but I don't get no options.
Peter, John or Paul?
I think it's Peter.
It is Peter.
Why are you giving him multi-choice, Bill?
Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Well done.
It was Andrew, innit?
Mates. Yeah, my name's Andrew. Yeah.
Then he named 5 more people with William in their name.
William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
William Shatner.
Oi!
Huh?
D.
Serena Williams. Venus Williams.
That's good.
Richard Williams.
Who's that?
The dad.
Who is it?
There you go.
Can't argue with that.
What was the one you said? Shatner.
William Shatner.
Did he? Good.
Andy, how many total Spotify streams does Robbie have?
Oh,
as of about 10
I know
minutes
this
ago,
because I looked.
It's such a lie.
I looked this somewhere.
You don't know it.
Okay, well, Angels has got 720 million. So there you go. I did look.
What total? All of them?
Every song. Yeah.
1.2 billion.
4.5
I'm about to say you've shortchanged him there. If one track's 720 million.
All right, calm down. See, again, you see what I'm saying? The attitude.
Nasty.
4 billion.
Benny, name 5 words which rhyme with Rob. Careful.
Slob, job, cob, lob,
Right.
and dog.
Dog don't rhyme with it.
Dob.
What's dob?
When I dob you in. Dob.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's not a word.
Here it is, mate.
You're a dob.
Could have had throb.
Last, we got.
What?
Throb as well. Do you want one more?
Could have had. Oh, no, you can have that.
Jim, disgusting
Go on.
boy.
Last one between two of us.
Robbie told us that he's loving drive time instead.
Yeah.
What is the fastest a car has ever gone? In miles an hour.
490. What are you going for?
Less.
763.
Goldstein, the winner again. There's his price. That's all we got time for. I don't know how we come back tomorrow, but we're doing it somehow. What? Is it Friday tomorrow? Yeah. A big thanks. I know he's listening to Bobby. One of the great shows, probably the greatest we've ever done. So we appreciate his time in the studio, and we appreciate you for listening.
And the backing band, come on.
Yeah, forget them. We'll be a good fade out. Well done, Jack. Again, another good fade out. Jack's a wedding available for weddings.
I'm going to say thank you to Kyle as well. Came in, so thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, forget them. It's just about Robbie. We'll be back tomorrow at 4. So we talk about lots of. Is this the bit? European football coming up. See you tomorrow at 4.
Drive time instead.
Thanks, Kenny, big Liverpool fan. You're not King Kenny, are you, Kenny?
Well, I was nicknamed after Dalglish. I was born in the 70s.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
Me after that because,
Brilliant. What's acceptable to you then?
Well, Liverpool got to win the Champions League. They spent all this money in the transfer window. They've backed the manager, and he's not delivering. He's changing the philosophy of what Jurgen Klopp had instilled after many years of mediocre success. Jurgen Klopp came in, put the philosophy in, built the club ground up. This guy is destroying it. The more he's there, the more influence he's having. You can see the result. He won the league last year because Jurgen Klopp's philosophy was still instilled in the players. Arne Slot plays possession-based football. They're coming the most boring side in the world. It's like when Van Gaal took Man United. I was there at the Burnley game. The fans were shouting, attack, attack, attack. When Van Gaal was at Man United, the fans started shouting, attack, attack, attack. I can see the same parallel to Van Gaal at Man United and Arne Slot at Liverpool.
Kenny, Danny.